you doing today? Great to see you. Thank you guys so much for being here. I have a special surprise for you. His name is...
Hello everyone, hello. I think you already saw me if you started from the beginning because I accidentally turned the camera right afterwards, but that's okay, that's okay. We're here to do some outreach. Are we gonna do some outreach
Yeah,
today?
we're good to go today. It's raining a little bit, but we're under a carriage here. As you can see back here, it's the Van Gogh Museum here in Amsterdam, guys. Hit like, subscribe, follow that chip guy. Actually, hit the bell notification and hit select all. That way you can get every single one of Chip's live streams. So we're gonna get into it right away, guys. We got a lot of people kind of looking at us. It's a little bit awkward, to be honest, but it's great.
It's awkward. Why would it be awkward?
It's cool. Just a little. And yes, the signs, we can't mirror it yet, but hopefully someday we will. Donate to this guy as well. This guy deserves the love.
Thank you. The weather is nice, everybody. It's just a bit rainy. And it's a bit unpredictable, reality is, because it only started raining now. So as you see, there's a lot of people just gathering over here, waiting the rain out. So everybody's waiting the rain out. Everybody's waiting what we're gonna do. We're just gonna have conversations with people, but
Yeah, and we're gonna give some love to the chat. We figure you guys always support us, are always here for every stream, every video, everything. And I want to say thank you to everyone.
thank you.
If it wasn't for you, it'd be much harder to get out of here and talk to people. You interested? Yeah. Okay.
Like half an hour till I have to be in the
Sure.
Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Oh, hi. Sure.
Yeah. Do you want me to go ahead?
Yeah, you said you had the
Yeah.
start.
I'm gonna just give you that. My name's David.
Hi, nice to meet you.
And your name?
Margarita.
Margarita. So
Yeah.
nice to meet you. We're here for a little social experiment. It's more about a discussion. So governments across Europe are actually taking into consideration putting dogs and cats on the menu. If you can believe that.
Uh-huh.
Have you heard anything like that?
I think I've heard something like that, yeah.
Yeah, so in other countries, some countries, they do put these animals on the menu. So the idea is, rather than the dogs going into shelters,
Right.
because there's so many of them and they're hard to place, why not fatten them up, so to say, and put them on the menu? What are your initial thoughts?
You said we're live, right?
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna take the fifth. Why are you doing this social experiment?
Okay, well, I'll be honest with you. So that isn't the case. The reason I'm bringing that up is because we actually do this to animals.
Yeah.
It's the animals that we eat.
Yeah.
And so what do you think about that? What do you think about the animals that we eat for sustenance or whatever reason we want to call it?
Yeah. I think we're pretty detached from animals in general, I would say. Like when you go to a petting zoo, it's like, oh my god, this.
Yeah, they're cute, right? You just want
they're
to
very cute, but
see
they're also
them.
like different because you don't really see them in cities. Like you don't see a cow, and like a lot of us live in cities.
Yeah, we're
I don't know. Like for me, I do have like other dietary requirements, which.
Like what? I'm a certified nutritionist. I only ask, maybe I can help
Oh,
you out.
cool. Insulin resistance.
Okay.
So like I'm Italian, so I do try to have it's a carb heavy diet is kind of in my DNA.
okay.
So
Can we just like maybe put a pin in the diet part and just
Yeah.
talk about the ethical part first?
I don't know, because it's a part of it, like you have to
Yeah.
also take into consideration like your own.
For sure,
Needs.
But like if you didn't have, say, sort of requirements or issues surrounding insulin resistance and stuff like that, would you say it is wrong what we do to animals?
I would, yeah.
Yeah,
I
and
think in general, even if you do have dietary requirements, like I do think it's wrong. I just think not all of our choices revolve around ethics,
right. So like, but like you mentioned, if we could find a way right? That would
Yeah.
be the ultimate way, right? Would you agree?
What do you mean the ultimate way?
If we could find a way not to eat or commodify or exploit animals, or view them as products, that would be ideal if we didn't have any requirements, so to say.
So I hesitate to use the word ideal in any situation. I do think it would be a vast, vast improvement, like on an ethical perspective, on like our collective being and social being. I do think that there needs to be a lot of transparency on the process that goes into making food, like in a lot of situations, like the meat processing and like, you know, the workers that are in charge of slaughtering animals,
Yeah.
but also the how other types of food are sourced and processed. And like there's a lot of parts of that whole pipeline that contain unethical, deeply unethical parts, and where like
And so,
so I think that your question is a little bit vague.
Okay.
Because I do think if we did without meat, it would be ethically, I'm not going to say ideal, but a vast improvement on
but so
our
what?
collective
Yeah.
social ethical behavior. But I think to answer your question, there should be more emphasis on the how, basically.
So, like, you bring up the how and sort of the production line, so to say, the entire process. Why is there a concern there?
What do you mean?
Why is there a concern? Like you had mentioned that we need to look at the way we're doing these things.
Yeah.
Are we not doing them right or in a certain way?
When you say these things, do you mean like the...
Animal exploitation.
Oh! No, I don't think there's an ethical way to do that.
Okay.
Yeah. So there's no way to ethically farm animals.
Pretty much no, I would say.
Yeah. And if you could find a way to make it work with your diet, right? Like we can give you resources for that. Would you see it? Would there be any reason for you to continue supporting animal exploitation?
There would be no ethical reason.
Yeah. Anything like what is keeping you from going vegan today? That means rejecting animal exploitation completely.
I'm not gonna answer live on YouTube.
No. And okay, is there a concern like about your ethical framework there, or is it?
I'm just not gonna answer live on YouTube.
Yeah.
To like
But you
an
agree it's-
audience that I don't know.
Yeah, but you agree it's not moral what we're doing to
Yeah,
animals.
I agree.
Right. And what we can provide you is probably the how to move away from that.
Yeah, sure.
I think you maybe have the why down. Why would we do this? Why do we need to be part of this? Maybe that we don't need to. So there'd be like all the why. The how is simple if you do find the resources, and again we can provide you that if you're uncomfortable answering.
So
Anything else to add?
how many more innocent animals should be exploited for you from now on?
I'm not gonna answer that.
You're not going to answer that. So is it more than zero? What do you wish for?
I'm literally not gonna answer anything. Like I don't know your audience. I don't know your.
You not answering is an answer in itself, right? Because if you would answer zero, you would
That's
obviously
fair
be clear.
enough. Are you
like,
gonna give me resources now, or should I just?
yeah,
go?
we're gonna give you resources, sure.
Thanks.
But like the reason why we're standing here was to speak up for animals. You know, like every time we make a choice, an innocent animal gets exploited. If we make that choice for them to get exploited, and regardless of how difficult we think it is for us, it is monumentally more difficult for them, right? They get treated like an object. They get their life taken away from them. Their babies are taken. They get killed. All of it for dairy, for meat, for eggs, for all of this kind of stuff, right? So I just urge you to kind of know where your values lie, because if your values say that it's wrong, then you can just not participate in it. So if you scan this QR code over here, I'll give you the card for yourself. There's a resource there called Challenge 22. They hook you up with a nutritionist. They send you recipes every day, and they'll help you go vegan. They actually help you even with your situation with insulin resistance, so you will not have any issues.
Like they have dietitians there that have the knowledge, right? So most people don't have access to a dietitian.
And it's all free.
And it's all free.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and there's 2 videos there on top called Dominion and the most important speech you'll ever hear. Can you promise us you'll watch one of these too?
No, I'm not gonna promise you anything. I
You're
don't
not
know
gonna
you.
So you don't want to get informed about what you are supporting? That's all we want. It's for you to get informed. That's it.
I'll use the resources I think are useful for me. Thank you.
Okay.
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 Bye. Nice to meet you.
I don't know why she was so defensive. Why was she so defensive?
I don't know.
This was the
because-
most defensive
well, I
person I've
think-
seen so far.
It's like the cognitive dissonance, right? It's like if I admit that I'm not looking into these things, or if I'm doing wrong, I kind of felt like that right from the beginning, right?
I'm not gonna answer this live on YouTube.
But
The
good
fuck?
good for you for
I mean,
pushing
it's
her, right?
clearly an answer. How many more animals would be exploited for you? I'm not gonna answer that.
Yeah,
It's
I agree,
it's not gonna
Ben.
be serious.
Yeah, I think she was uncomfortable being on camera. Guys, hit that like button, smash it. Well, don't break your device, but hit that like button, subscribe, do all the things, support this guy. He does this every single day in front of all these people, mostly by himself. It's a lot. It's not easy being out here and confronting the public with also having all these people kind of around you. So go. It's possible she could be a government employee. It's possible she could be someone who's just very, very uncomfortable being on camera. I mean, at the end of the day, she did say that it's wrong. It's not moral. But when I said ideal, that's where she pushed back, which is, I don't know, that's kind of weird. Like, if you're against that, if you're against exploitation and you don't think it's moral, then, oh, Wade, there's Wade. Wade's always here, isn't he?
Yeah.
And
Kind of Wade is not-
Raja.
Hey, you wanna try it?
Yeah, so it is-
Can I know what you guys?
We're just asking you about animals.
Okay.
But we're live on YouTube. Are you okay being live on YouTube?
Yeah, that's fine.
You wanna come here so that you're in view?
Okay. But to be clear, my English is not that good.
You sound great, by the way, but that's okay. That's
Pretty
okay.
good,
You wanna come a little bit closer? so that you-
Okay,
Okay,
that's fine.
perfect. What's your name?
Oz. It's
Oz.
actually Oğuzhan. I'm from Turkey. But you can call me Oz. Oz is
Okay,
fine.
Oz. Nice to meet you. I'm Chip. I'm from Romania, but I live
Okay.
here. So Oz, I'm an animal rights activist. David's an animal rights activist.
Yep.
How do you feel about animals?
Like, what you mean? How do I feel?
Like, do you think animals deserve rights?
Yeah, actually they do.
Yeah. So if you were at the top of your head, what rights would you imagine that an animal should have?
Like, I mean, actually I'm not a vegan, to be
Yeah.
clear. But they should not be, stuck in a cage like most of the time chickens like do.
Why is it bad to put an animal in a cage?
It's like not very healthy to be
For the
exact.
animal?
Yeah, it's actually not. Like in Turkey, actually, we have lots of cages for the chicken, and we have lots of chicken farms. And I know what's to be like in there because I saw lots of, and actually in my village also, Burdur, in city of Turkey. It's really, it just puts stress so much on the chicken itself. I can't really talk about like goats or all that stuff, all the other animals because we don't have it too much.
Why is it bad for the chickens to be stressed?
So great question. So first of all, the meat itself will be more veiny. I'm not a chicken expert. That's the thing. All I know.
But if that weren't an issue, it wouldn't be bad.
It's actually not. Not specifically for the chicken, but for the meat, it is. So most of the time, you don't want to eat veiny meat.
But if that were no longer an issue, if the meat wouldn't be veiny anymore, it would be okay to stress them out, right?
Great question. Yeah, let me see. Maybe. I mean, kinda okay, but still,
So you're okay with putting them in cages then?
I am actually not. Like, I'm, asking
Yeah.
asking to myself right now.
Yeah.
But like ethically,
Yeah.
not. But reason,
What does your heart tell you, though?
no, we should not. But my mind tells me, like, there's no reason if it's not like getting veiny or harder to eat. If it's not getting harder to eat.
Do you think that's something you've been kind of told, rather than like you've studied this and you looked into this?
Yeah.
Actually, not. Like, it's something told, I guess, because when we were used to be kids, we had so many movies, cartoons that about animals, like about their lives. So I feel bad. Like I'm just
So you would feel bad to chicken in a cage,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, I do.
Yeah, yeah. So probably because you know that that chicken doesn't want to be in a cage, right?
I actually don't know because if they have consciousness about that much,
They do, yeah.
yeah, probably they don't. But if they don't have that consciousness in their brain, probably they don't care. But I don't know if they have.
But
or
were you
not.
born free? Like, do you think that freedom is something you learned or something that you just inherently have? It's an instinct.
Uh, I don't like freedom is an answer of our consciousness. It's like our consciousness is the reason because of reason of the freedom, like the feeling. But if you don't have consciousness, there's no reason to have the understanding of the freedom. So,
But I don't mean the understanding, but the will to be free. The will to be free. Do you think that your will to be free is coming from some cognitive, like equation that you made in your head?
I think that. Yeah.
Okay, so do you think that intellectually challenged human beings who can no longer, who cannot challenge this, right? Who cannot think about freedom, do you think they don't want to be free?
It's not like they don't want to be free, but they just don't know what is free and what is not. They just don't think about.
Well, they
this.
know when they're not free, right? Just like a chicken knows when they're not free. They know they're in a cage.
Yeah,
they know they're not
it's
free,
just like
right?
a classic example of the chained elephant for the zoos. Even if you just remove the chain, they just still don't go outside of the maximum range.
They've done experiments with like flies and
Yeah.
stuff or whatnot. They just don't jump
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
outside of that range because
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah.
all they've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the reason why I ask all this, by the way, is because why is it bad? It's like everybody on this planet says, as David says, that it's bad to put a chicken in a cage, but nobody can answer why.
Yeah,
The reason
you're
why
right.
it's bad is not because, well, you feel bad when you see it because you know that that chicken doesn't want to be in a cage. It's just you see them suffering in that cage, right?
Yeah. It's like we're just putting ourselves in their like suits. So that is why I think actually.
Yeah.
So when you just see not just a human but any living being, when you just see him or her suffer, you just feel bad.
Yeah.
So that's probably
Because
the
because
reason.
that's not something moral or ethical, right? We find it bad to.
Yeah.
So do you think that if we don't need to do this to them, would that be fair for us to do it to them, to put them in cages?
So actually, first of all, I will call myself a nihilist. I guess ethic is something we just made up.
Yeah, I'm a nihilist also myself.
Okay, nihilist.
Yeah.
Okay. So ethic is just something we made up, but it just doesn't mean that it is made up. That's clear, but it just doesn't mean that you should, care about it. Like
It's not made up, it's descriptive. Ethics is descriptive. So that means, for example, morality just describes
Yeah.
what you find as right and wrong, right? It's a way of
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
describe it.
you're so right,
And you
yeah.
use logical, you have to be consistent with it, so you use logic to apply it in all situations, right? So let's put it this way,
Yeah.
if a dog were in a cage, would you be okay with that?
No, because I'm not fine with also the chicken.
Yeah.
It doesn't actually matter if it's a cockroach or dog or chicken.
Yeah.
Like we kill cockroaches every day, but we just feel bad when we kill a kitten.
Okay, and now let me ask you this. Would you rather be in a cage?
No.
Or would you rather I cut your throat as a baby?
Great question. Probably as a baby, I wouldn't know, so just cut me.
Yeah, but like now looking back in hindsight, what would you think? What would you think you would prefer?
Okay, so yeah, just still cut me in the throat.
Cut your throat, right? Because that's how much you value freedom, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that any animal in animal agriculture has freedom?
Maybe still from the cognitive stuff, if they have consciousness, yes, probably they do as much as us do.
What do
I
you mean by
guess.
consciousness? They are conscious
Like-
for sure. They're sentient.
Yeah, they are actually. But I mean, like us or dolphins, for example, or whales. So they have like even they do use names for themselves. So this is a really high level of intelligence. But chicken don't have such stuff, or the dogs. They don't ask for like freedom so much, like as much as I do, or as the way our minds,
Process.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah, but it's not about intelligence, is it? Because if we get a human being who's not intelligent, you would also not be okay with putting them in cages or using them, right?
Like, I mean, I guess it is about intelligence.
It
because-
is. So you would be okay with farming intellectually challenged human beings?
So what I mean is, for me, it'll be bad for if I put him in a cage because I just put myself in his or her,
Shoes, yeah.
shoes. Yeah. So, but for the animal itself, it doesn't matter actually,
How would
So-
you know?
because of the mind, like the intelligence level. I
Well, it
guess.
seems to me like if you put a chicken in a cage, they want to
Chicken-
get out. It's pretty
Yeah,
clear.
but
from their
ants,
behavior.
like ants, can't tell if it's a cage or not. They don't know
Depends
what
on how
freedom
big the
is.
cage is. You may also cannot. You could also not tell whether you're in a big cage or not, right? Would that
Yeah.
mean it's okay for somebody to put you in a cage?
No, it's not. But still, we're just talking about the human rights, or the. It's actually doesn't matter if it's human or not rights.
Yeah.
But living being stuff rights. So it's like when you just put a fish in an aquarium, it doesn't matter. Like it is for us actually, but for the fish itself, he doesn't know or she doesn't know. So who cares? I guess.
Okay,
but
but
if I were in his shoes, I will be mad. But I do have the brain, but fish doesn't. Fish do have the brain, but it's not like our level, you know. It's not as much as I do.
I just fail to see why that matters. Because if we find a human being who has the cognitive abilities of a fish,
Yeah.
We could just farm them.
yeah, we
right?
could enslave
Yeah.
them and make them do stuff that other animals
It would
cannot
actually
do,
be
right?
easier for us just to put them in some
Yeah.
confinement camps, right?
Okay. Yeah,
Right.
it makes sense.
They would have 5 fingers. We could make them do things that other humans cannot
So
do.
do you see that as a bit of a contradiction, this intelligence idea? And also
Yeah,
with
okay. Yeah,
more
makes sense.
intelligence, I would say that we would have more responsibility in the matter, right?
Yeah, you're definitely right.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
do we really want to classify whether to enslave somebody or not based on intelligence?
You're definitely right. Okay.
Because then we just cut off. We can put thresholds wherever we want.
Yeah,
we put the
yeah.
threshold
It
at
makes
that low.
sense.
But
Yeah,
then
it makes sense.
Imagine if rich people already have access to super high education, some form
Yeah.
of genetic engineering.
So we're gonna
and if,
cut all the non-educated ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So we can't base ourselves on intelligence, right?
Yeah.
We gotta admire that they're beings who feel, right?
Yeah.
Who have emotions and who don't want to die, essentially, who don't want to be used.
Yeah.
Do you think that's the case for all animals? Like the animals that we farm specifically?
So probably yeah. I really don't know the actual answer, but my guess is yes.
Yeah.
Of course they don't want to die because the evolution stuff is all that.
Yeah.
It just says that don't die.
Yeah. Like our will not to die isn't coming from our intelligence. It's
Yeah,
coming from
you're right.
from
Instincts,
Yeah,
yeah.
that we have. All of them
Yeah,
have an
yeah.
instinct built in.
And if we think about it like the larger context, we're breeding almost 100 billion animals into existence.
Yeah, you're
They
right.
have a death date already before they're even born.
Yeah.
And then we're not letting them exude their natural behaviors.
Yeah, you're right.
Like
Yeah.
a hen or a chicken can spread their wings, not in a cage, right?
Yeah, you're right.
But even still, would it be natural for them to be around all these other? Would it be natural even just to breed them into existence, right?
Yeah.
You know.
So then I'll have a question. So, like, what are we gonna do? Like, won't we eat chicken or meat?
What do you think we can do? Do you think we can live without eating animals?
Definitely we can.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
We've evolved through a lot of things throughout history, have we not?
yeah, we did. But what we should do is, like, going back to our ancestors. Like, we should live like ancestors. Should we?
Why? Our
Because-
ancestors still used animals and
Yeah,
farmed
they
them,
did.
right?
But it's just chain of life, I guess. Chain of the.
It's not. It's that it was a necessity for them. It's not a necessity for us.
Do you also think that's something you may have been taught?
I
rather
don't
than-
think that is because
than
like
something that
we
you
have
come up with?
carnivores, omnivores, and herbivores.
Now,
So
if
we
you, but if you were just out in the wild yourself,
okay.
no knowledge of anything, and you saw fruits and berries and nuts,
Yeah.
you'd probably go for the easier thing rather
Yeah.
than hunting down another animal.
Yeah.
So
So
it's a bit of a different thing if we're
it's
going
like,
back.
it's like eating berries is easy. That's great, but low value. But hunting an animal is hard, but like higher value because
Well, but there's
they
also
have
risks with that, right? The
Yeah.
animal could fight back.
High risk, high
They could
value.
bite you. Also living out in the
Yeah, you're
wild and
right.
stuff too.
You're right.
Like,
But this
if-
isn't a wild situation. I want
Right,
to stay clear
right.
for that
Yeah,
because,
yeah.
like, obviously in those situations, we could justify doing a lot
Yeah.
of weird things,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
people who crashed in the Andes, they ate humans because
Mm-hmm.
they had to survive. But like in a day-to-day life, when we have access to available food that does not exploit animals, that does not
Yeah.
treat animals like objects,
You're
don't you think we
definitely
have a moral obligation to choose that way? Or let me put it this way: that if we choose an animal product, we would be paying for an animal to be exploited. Do you think that that would mean that that choice would be an immoral one?
That's a great question. Okay. Yeah, we should not pay for the chicken, I guess. So it just
Yeah.
changed my mind so bad. Maybe, just maybe. So we have the technology
Yeah.
for it. We have the knowledge for it.
Yeah.
We just might clone or like artificially made the meat in the labs.
Lab-grown meat. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's
yeah.
where it's going towards.
Yeah.
But until it gets there, innocent hundreds and thousands of victims are killed for us, right? So we're having these conversations with people, and I feel like I really like you. You're an open-minded guy. I
thanks.
like how you think, you change your mind.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
willing. Like you should be aware that not a lot of people have this idea that they can change their mind. It's a very good thing that you have. So you gotta ask yourself because you yourself do have some responsibility when you buy these products, right? And
Yeah,
we're not
yeah,
here to judge
absolutely.
because we were also there. We
Yeah.
were like he was a slaughterhouse inspector of all the things.
Really?
Yeah. So we all did these things that I personally see them as bad now, but we changed and now we're speaking to people because we realize that these animals, they're like us in
Yeah.
all the ways that matter. They
Right.
feel, they have emotions, and they have an experience of the world where they make memories, they make friends, all of this, like
Yeah.
we do. And for us to take that away for a product that is 10 minutes of pleasure for us and their whole life, their whole
Definitely, yeah.
existence.
I get it.
We were just talking about how uncomfortable we both feel on camera, how uncomfortable it was to kind of get out and speak out.
Yeah.
Especially given my
Yeah.
past, like working in slaughterhouses, I thought I was going to be ostracized
Yeah.
and all these things. And
Oh, I feel bad,
my whole
you know?
family worked in it, right? So I just followed suit, and I saw things nobody should ever be a part of. No animal should ever be a part
Yeah.
of, and awful, right? Just absolutely terrible. And so now we've come out like look at us, we're right in
Yeah.
the middle of it all, right?
Yeah.
And that's how much we feel that this is an injustice. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Had I known, like this is what drives me a little bit crazy
Uh-huh.
sometimes today is that I didn't know. I was told we have to eat animals. This is if we don't
Yeah.
eat animals, something's gonna happen. But I tried it 11 years ago, and this is where I am today.
So are you vegan or vegetarian?
Vegan.
Vegan.
Yeah.
So because if you're vegetarian, it doesn't make sense because even if you just don't eat the meat itself, you
Yeah.
just still get the egg from the chicken, so it's still in the cage.
Yeah, they're still used,
So-
exploited.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah,
And it's-
safe for milk.
Yeah.
Cows
Yeah.
are
Yeah,
impregnated
it is,
to
it is, yeah.
produce milk and stuff.
And it's more of the mind shift now.
Yeah.
It's actually I don't view animals as commodities.
Yeah.
Like a zoo, like you were talking about the elephant. You just wouldn't. You don't view them that way, right?
Yeah.
You love them in nature doing their thing, but I just don't view them as commodities.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody should be exploited for my 5 minutes of gratification.
You know what? Like, I love meat. I love fish.
Yeah.
I love chicken, but
I used
now
to
I
the
felt
same.
bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
that's your instincts, right? That's
Yeah.
what's telling you. Is it bad, right? Is it wrong? And I would argue it is.
It is.
You know.
It is.
Let me tell you a little bit of a story of what animal agriculture does. So chickens can live 10 years old. At what age do you think they kill them for meat, for example?
Probably near to one, like first year.
42 days.
What?
Yeah. And believe it or not, that's not enough for them. So nowadays they're starting to
probably
grow.
42 days.
Yeah,
Just
and they're
days, huh?
and now they're starting to grow insects to feed them, so that they can grow even faster, so that they can kill them
Yeah.
even sooner. Like this is the type of stuff we're talking about. These industries are not friendly to animals, are not friends. Even farmers they care about their animals, so I care about my laptop. It's good.
Yeah,
The
it's the
minute
same. Yeah.
You get
Because
away.
it's just a product of his.
Product,
That's
exactly.
why he cares.
Exactly. So they're not products. They're people.
Yeah.
They're sorry, not people, but they're individuals. They're
Yeah.
they're beings.
They are
who
living
feel.
beings, yeah.
Exactly. So, we're asking people to change. And how do you feel? Do you feel you could change this? How do you feel?
I mean, I was like, before talking to you guys, like, to be honest, I was just saying the vegan people are just dumb. Like,
Yeah.
I was just
Crazy.
like that. I'm not
Crazy.
gonna lie.
Yeah.
But
Those are some
I
of the
mean,
stats.
some stuff just changed drastically in my mind. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I like it because you're open-minded. Yeah,
open-minded,
that's the
and-
whole thing about it. Also, for me, it was the same. Like some things just changed in my mind, and at some point, I realized that in order for me to consider myself a good person, I can't, in good conscience, know that I'm paying for innocent animals to go into a slaughterhouse when I don't need to. That's
We
that's
can
how it
just
was
be
for me.
followers in
Yeah.
society and just follow what everyone's told to do, and I
Exactly.
think that's
Yeah.
just kind of a wrong thing to do. I mean,
Just like a border of religion.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
Because if you think about dogs, for
Blind
example,
faith.
you would think it's bad to do this to dogs, right?
Yeah.
Cats
Yeah.
also. All of us, we grow up saying cats and dogs, no, don't touch them. They deserve to
yeah,
live.
yeah. What about cockroaches?
Cockroaches, cockroaches, I personally...
They're ugly, so kill it. That's how mine's.
I don't so the thing with the insects is the way I see it, if they're in your house, you're gonna try to do your best to take them out.
Yeah.
Just like if an animal was there, just like if a human was there. Hell, if somebody enters your house without
Yeah.
you gotta try to kick them
Get
out.
out, man.
Yeah, but if you can't, whatever, you're gonna resort to bad things. It's you do what you do to protect your house, but yeah, so I feel like I like you. Can we just do this one thing? Do you have any questions for us, by the way? I'm vegan also. I'm certified
Like,
nutritionist.
actually, I don't, but I really want to know if, like, vegan stuff,
Yeah.
is it the same taste? Like, I know the taste doesn't matter actually,
Yeah.
because there's a living being stuff situation going on.
Yeah.
So fuck the taste.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm sorry by the way, but
Oh, you're I like
okay.
that. Fuck the taste.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah,
it.
yeah. So I just want to know if, like going vegan, is it healthy, or I just
Yeah.
want to know.
Yeah.
I,
So
I
you can
totally
be-
don't know anything
so
about
let
like
me-
being vegan.
Yeah, so you can be healthy by being on a plant-based diet,
Uh-huh.
and you can be healthy while eating animals, right? Both of them, if you want to be particularly healthy, require a little bit of planning, right?
Yeah.
You can't just eat whatever, go eat at McDonald's and be healthy. And just like a vegan, you can't just go eat any vegan product you want and be healthy, right?
Yeah.
You have to kind of plan it ahead.
Like the balance.
Yeah, most people who go vegan, the biggest issue that they have, as you see online, people who become ex-vegans and stuff like that. Most of these people, they usually don't eat enough calories because a plant-based diet has more fiber.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
feel
yeah.
full faster,
Yeah.
and you feel like I'm not gonna eat more. But in essence, you end up eating way less calories. You end up losing weight and stuff. But I'm a big guy. I
Yeah,
eat a lot.
you actually are.
Yeah. I'm a big guy. I eat a lot, and you can definitely do all of this.
So you built this body by eating vegan.
Yeah. So I was always a little
like,
bit muscular,
you need
but
protein,
yeah.
but you still get the proteins from eating vegan.
Yeah, no problem. So the thing is, it's like, obviously like any other bodybuilder, I have a protein shake after the gym.
Yeah.
But I use vegan protein. For lunch, I literally just had potatoes and some tofu, air fried tofu. And I also had the protein bar because I feel like that's the best dessert for me.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily for the protein, but rather just
To feel good.
to have a little bit of a sweet thing,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that doesn't make me feel guilty,
Okay.
Yeah. And for dinner, I'm probably gonna have something similar. I don't know, but there's pasta, rice. I'm a lazy person, that's why I do this.
Yeah, okay.
But you can have anything you want. You can have it on a plant-based version of it. And is it tasty? I personally tend to think it's tastier. I think that animal products tend to have this particular specific taste, which after you no longer which you're used to, but after you no longer after you cut it out, every other taste in the food, every other spice you put in there, just flourishes. It gets even bigger. I
okay.
feel like animal products, maybe it's because of the animal fat,
Yeah.
but they tone down a little bit of everything else, so it just creates this mellow thing. And I think
Yeah.
I personally, when I went vegan, I rediscovered food and what I liked. Now I ended up being lazy, and because I'm doing this kind of stuff, I don't have as much time to cook. But yeah, it is tasty. It's not gonna taste the same, obviously. There's products like
It's just like like there's a time to, get used to it.
Yeah, yeah.
So
yeah.
it won't be the same because the ingredients are totally different.
Of course, yeah.
But you'll just get used to it, you said.
Yeah, but like, do you like the same things you did as a child?
Actually, I don't. Yeah, you're right.
We
Yeah.
all change our taste,
Uh-huh.
and that's the thing. Taste evolves, and you discover
Yeah,
new things that you like.
I'll try at least vegan food, like at least 2, maybe 1 per day, because I really wanna, it just changed me. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. Like, mindset is, man, I was just like a plant. I mean, yeah, it's just not about going vegan, but it's just my brain just calculates stuff like as I'm told from the childhood.
Yeah.
Now,
Exactly.
actually, enlightened. Fuck, yeah.
But because that's the whole deal about it, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind
Yeah.
of insane. We're all told
Yeah,
the
yeah.
story as we grow up.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
come from Romania, and I saw like my grandmother had chickens in her backyard, cows in her backyard. And as I remember all the times when my grandmother, for example, would have a baby cow. Then the baby cow would come, drink a little bit of the milk, and then my grandmother would shoot them with a broom. And then, I don't know, maybe a week later we would have beef. I never questioned where it's coming from,
Yeah.
but it's obviously, the baby cow was killed and we ate them. And I'm like, as a child, I remember I got attached to a baby lamb also.
Uh-huh.
But after, I also remember back now
You
that
just ate the dish and, Mom, can I go play with the lamb, the little
Yeah.
guy? So she looks at you and it's in the, the thing, what we cook
yeah.
in the stuff.
Yeah,
I
in the
just can't
cooker,
remember.
yeah. Like, well, they told me personally, they said that the baby had to go stay with their mother.
Yeah.
But the mother was there. I never saw the baby. So I saw the mother, but not the baby. And,
Yeah.
because that's how adults lie to children. They think children are stupid, and they're like, just going to tell you a little bit of a white lie. So, yeah, it's all like that. And you said this one thing that I'm going to try eating 1 vegan meal per day. And that's obviously a great thing. Just keep in mind that when you will choose an animal product, one animal will be exploited and abused for you, right? So if you were in their position, what would you want the other person to say, huh? I know it sounds like, let me put it this way. How I would approach this is I would take it day by day and do my best. And if every single day I don't miss an animal product, or I feel like it's not worth killing or exploiting an animal for it, I'm like,
You mean
just
I'm
go
just
day by
a
day.
student, so it'll be easier for me because
Yeah.
I'm not, I'm broke.
Yeah.
So,
Where are you a student here in Amsterdam?
yeah, not in Amsterdam, but Enschede.
And so the University of Amsterdam, there's a thing called land-based universities. And
Really?
the University of Amsterdam has, maybe you have access also to here if you're in Amsterdam, and they have plant-based dishes for €4 per dish. It's specially organized by the plant-based universities.
It's cheaper than Albertine.
It's way cheaper than
Yeah,
Albert Heijn,
yeah.
and you get these amazing dishes, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So there's solutions everywhere. In Albert Heijn, you have solutions. You have solutions everywhere. I'm just gonna give you a card, and I think
Yep.
let's do this. I think there's Dominion, a documentary,
Uh-huh.
but I think what you will like is the most important speech you'll ever hear.
Okay.
Can you promise me you'll watch that?
I'll promise you.
It appears as the second thing when you scan this QR code.
Okay.
And-
So,
And
This
you
is
have
your-
you have my YouTube channel and everything
Okay.
there. And until you watch that,
Yep.
just no more animal products. Let's just do that as a small commitment.
okay. Yep.
Okay.
I'll try my best.
Hey
Thanks, man.
Oz, man.
What was your name?
I'm Chip.
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 Chip. Nice to meet you, man.
Yeah, same Oz. You're a smart guy, man. You
Yeah,
know, there's not a
thanks.
lot of smart people on the street, so you have more of a responsibility. You
thanks.
gotta come to that, okay? Cheers, man.
Andiamo. Pre-vegan.
Can we go to it? Can you
Yeah.
speak to it? Yeah.
Yeah. So what do you guys discuss? You handle it. You've been discussing so far.
So I met these gentlemen. They were interested to have a conversation.
It's a pleasure.
So these guys are from Italy,
Italy, nice.
and they say they have a language barrier, but I can understand them. I think you guys are pretty good at English.
Yeah. We are very good at science also.
At science.
Yeah.
And I heard food maybe. What about football? I don't know. Is that?
We we are trying.
Yeah, we're trying at football. It's the same with the Portuguese, Romanian. Everybody's trying at football. Yeah. So we were talking a little bit off camera. You guys were curious. You were going to leave, but you know what we're talking about, right? So we're
Yeah.
talking about veganism.
Okay.
And you mentioned that that's something you're considering
Yeah.
moving towards, and
Yeah.
you said for ethics.
Ethical reasons. Yeah.
Yeah.
I strictly believe that um, it's a path that you have to start in some way in very different ways. You can in every moment in everything you can do a little bit more. I'm trying. As I said, I'm trying to move vegan, but like a step after step. So this year, on on February, I started to pay attention to this word,
Yeah.
and I discovered many videos and proofs about these things, and I really I really begin to shock and to try to understand more and to let my friends, my family to understand and to make some interest in this world also.
That's terrific. So you sort of started to come to the realization, and in February, if I understand you correctly, you were looking into these things, and you were seeing some things that didn't sit right with you.
Yeah.
That maybe you wanted to make some change, and you were talking about overall, right? But with regards to veganism, with the ethics there, was there something that you saw in particular that really
Yeah.
struck you, that
Yeah.
really bothered you?
It's always a little thing that starts a big thing. So, in particular, in my case, I discovered an interview of an Italian journalist that became a journey in all this factory.
Factory farm.
Where the animals are are strict to be all together and a mass. Um, this journalist showed us and on YouTube and on an Italian journal uh, and exposed herself and all these horrible things that happen in these places.
Yeah, like this kind of stuff, huh?
Yeah.
Like being in cages and stuff.
Yeah.
So like cages, right?
But it's without filter, people can really understand it because you can show them on YouTube, on videos, on Instagram. But if you put filter on it, you didn't realize much. But
Yeah.
in that that frame, I can see all these things without filter on it, and I can see real things and have a strong impact on me, a strong effect. And this is it.
That's incredible that you came to these realizations. I think sometimes there has to be a moment, like you said, that kind of defines us and really makes us just start to question these things. And you said that very clearly. And so, like we were just talking off camera about vegan and vegano, and you mentioned the steps forward.
Yeah.
So, with what's happening to the animals, like you saw over here, you see how bad it is, the injustice possibly in that.
Yeah, sure.
Is there something preventing you from today to say, you know what, I don't want to be the reason an animal goes through that?
Yeah. It's I think it's like an ethical journey that everybody has to do if we can really move forward. And for me, from experience, I can talk about it, and just like that, I can see that my little step was moving from my problems, my ethical reasons that I mentioned, and I really try hard to understand because I think people can really reach all the things I've lived, but if they simply doesn't care, uh, it's very hard to reach this the first step, the first little step.
Yeah. So what we can, sorry, just one sec. So we can talk about like, you know, what we can do on a bigger scale, of
Yeah.
course.
Yeah,
I think that's something we all try to plan to do to make a better world in a sense. But like you as an individual, knowing what takes place, knowing what happens to the animals, what's preventing you from saying today, you know what? I'm not going to exploit animals anymore because this just doesn't align with my values. Even with the baby steps, even with all these things, because if you were in their position,
Can I show you?
Would you?
be prepared a little bit?
Yeah. If you were in their position, would this not be something that you would want to stop right now, this second?
Sorry, I was a
Sure,
little-
sure. So if you look at it as on a whole as an injustice and it doesn't sit right with you,
Yeah.
your values, your morals, your ethics,
Uh-huh.
if that doesn't sit right with you, why not stop today, this moment, and say, I'm going to align my actions and my values
Yeah,
today?
yeah, yeah. But the thoughts are really are really are really hard, and um, they are trying to convincing me that I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing for my ethical choices and all of this. But on the other side, I have to admit that for a people that is really, in particularly in this moment of the society and the historical moment, the people are really enjoying meat and fast food, and don't really.
How does that affect
try-
you?
Yeah.
Because it's about your choices. right?
It's
Yeah.
frustrating.
Yeah.
I think for you also it's
Yeah.
like.
Well, I don't think we can create change if we have a bunch of people just feeling bad for themselves
Yeah.
and their journey rather than having put the victim, actually the victims in that position and thinking it from that perspective, right? Because we can feel bad all we want, right? Because that's a lot of lip service. We can say, oh, I feel bad that it's, you know, there's poverty. I feel bad that there's war. I feel bad that there's all these things, but we don't do anything about it. How are we going to make change,
This will
right?
not change anything.
It won't change anything, right?
And just to be clear, in all these examples, those are things that are happening, but you may not be to blame for it. But this particular thing, the animal exploitation, happens because people pay for it.
Yeah.
So we're like, while you could be sitting on the street, talking to people, doing what we do, and that would be great, we're asking the bare minimum where you just no longer pay for animals to go into that position. You know?
Yeah, it's really hard to work on. I think people are so they are born and raised up in a world that has not a view on these things. That so it's
Yeah.
really hard to think about it. Just think about it. I think learning something also from teaching in school is really good. It could be a really good step in our
for
society.
sure. Advocacy and
My
teaching
father,
people,
my
yes.
father is a teacher. Is trying to bring these arguments into the lessons of
Okay.
school in Italy.
Yeah.
And we are trying together to take a little bit, take step after step after step. We
Yeah.
are trying to do something. It's hard to convince people of my age. It's very difficult.
Well, I gotta say, I think I'm a bit older than you, and I changed 11 years ago, right? It's not very hard. I think sometimes we make it hard for ourselves. Because that's a little bit of our ego, right? Because it might be inconvenient, right? A little bit inconvenient for you to change, to try something different. You might have some friends who might make fun of you, stuff like that. And I understand, like I get that. I go to my friends, we fight all the time. It's normal for me to fight with my friends or play fight with my friends, I'll say, right? But I still hold my ground because what's happening is an injustice. And like all injustices, I would be 100% against it, right? Like if you brought your framework right now and say, you know, one of your friends is beating his girlfriend, you know. And if you said, I'm just going to slow down, it's just a step by step. Maybe next week I'll just hit her one time, and then maybe I'll just hit her once a month, you know. You wouldn't accept that. You would say, no, you have to be 100%, right? Sorry, go ahead.
My opinion is difficult to say. Yeah, I'm according with you that it's difficult to start because your friends can take joke of you, and maybe don't believe in what you say. But there is a famous book of Hermanes, Siddhartha.
Okay.
I don't know if you know.
I'm not
In
sure.
Siddhartha was the first Buddha. Okay, it was, the travel of this person, and he wanted to convince her father that he was ready to go this journey, say this journey, and the travel didn't believe in you, in Siddhartha. I'm sorry, and Siddhartha says all of night in front of a picture in the same position, and the father understand that Siddhartha was ready. And what I'm trying to say to you, that if you believe in something, you have to do it, and step by step, people that before take joke of you,
Yeah.
after says, maybe
Yeah,
it was
of course,
he was right.
Yeah.
He was right, because if you believe in something, you have to start, and you can.
Yeah, we can call that.
You can need 10, 20, 50 years, but you can arrive.
Yeah, that's some great points there. I think it's like the Overton window, sort of, we call that, as just pushing society outside of a little bit of their comfort zone. But I think today what we're trying to do is speak to empathetic people that know that they can change. Maybe they just don't know how, or maybe they're a little bit concerned, like you were mentioning with the friends and stuff like that. So, guys, like, I guess my final question is going to be, like, how many more animals have to suffer because of you? 1, 2, 0?
My answer will be so hard to say, but I think we can say anything. We can try to thought about it, to believe in something, but as you said, it's not like a stair so that you can make a step. Maybe you are trying to go down again. You have to you have to do decision, and when you do it strongly, convinced about it.
Well, the
Yeah,
accountability.
I'm
sorry.
this year, for me, is as I said, I started this experience and bring me a lot of information. As you said, you nominated that people don't know how to change concretely. They don't know how to move. But in this year, I experienced a lot of information of.
We
Always
can help
in
you
internet.
change. So we can give you resources to help you change.
I have it.
Yeah, you have it.
Yeah, you can give me more, sure.
Yeah.
But I really enjoy to try to get information, to let information spread about my family in my friend group.
So one question, quick, and maybe not my last question, but so have you ever heard talk the talk, walk the walk?
No.
The idea behind
I
that.
didn't
So
know.
so like the idea is that people will take you more seriously if it was more concrete.
Yeah.
So like if like say I'm vegan right now,
Yeah.
people are going to take me more seriously than someone who says, "Oh, maybe we should be," or
Of
maybe I'll
course,
just
of
look
course,
into it,
of
right?
course, of course.
Yeah, yeah.
You have to show. It's a very sad thing, but in this moment of life with social, with smartphone, you have to show what are you doing, because people don't believe in you, because it's too easy to imagine that there is someone, maybe influencer, artist, someone famous that can do good things can do something of it's helpful of for the world because he's famous. Okay, it's like a superhero,
Yeah.
but people that are not famous, I have
Sometimes their voices
okay,
aren't as
normal
big,
peop-
right?
Normal
Yeah.
people is
Yeah, yeah.
like no, we can't.
Yeah, yeah.
But
I think sometimes we do look out to side to see what the bigger influences and what society is saying. I think sometimes we and again we try to figure it all out within our brains, but at the end of the day, I think what we look at and how Chip and I kind of look at it is if we see the individual in front of us, right?
Oh, yeah.
That little individual, you know, we want to take it from that microscopic kind of level. You know, what their experience would be like,
Yeah,
what
it's
they
not
would
about
go
the number
through.
of it's not about the particular number of
Sure.
animals. It's the idea that each individual that you pay for will get exploited and slaughtered for you, right?
Yeah.
Like take for instance, there's 8 billion people on this planet. If somebody chooses to kill you, it doesn't mean anything to the whole planet.
Yeah.
It doesn't put a dent on the number, but it means everything to you. And it's the same for an animal. While you adopting a plant-based diet, going vegan may not mean a lot to the industry, right? You may not make such a big difference. 100 animals each year, hell, even if it's one animal each year, to them it means everything, absolutely everything.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
If you had to do a list of little step from the most important to the less, of what people can really do on the concrete to change all this, what would you say?
Well, I think a lot boils down to, and I think I've said it a lot on these streams, is our ego. I think oftentimes our ego gets in the way of what's right and what we should do, right? So, like, for my ego, when I first started contemplating these things, I thought, oh, I don't want to hurt that ego. I don't want to take accountability, because if I think about it, like if I look back at my past, maybe I have to confront my demons, so to say. I have to say, hey, like I've done some pretty bad things, and so it's much easier just to turn a blind eye, right? And so for me, like going vegan is very simple. People just want to make it complicated. They want to put all these ideas in their heads. They want to like look to this person or look to that or appeal to this to appeal to that. If people were to imagine if people treated animals with respect and kindness from a young age, where would we be as a society today, right? If everybody treated an innocent animal, they didn't eat them, they didn't look at them like food, where would we be? So I think that's the easiest thing we can do in society. I can't go to a march, a war march, and make any change. I can't go to someone who's on the street and, you know, like I can't stop the poverty, I can't stop the greed in this society. I think, but for a couple hundred individuals, a couple thousand throughout a lifetime, and maybe even me speaking up about it, I think I can create a lot of change. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's very fun because if we had to look around in this society and think about it as a society where little creature grown up without all this suffering, all these diabolical things, we are like speaking of a utopian society, and you have to think about it because it's like normal things if you think about a lot of years ago where all this meat were not necessarily.
Yeah. But do you think we've evolved away from some of these things, right? And I would argue that being in a utopia is our goal. We should strive to be in that, because there would be less suffering, there would be less issues going on with humanity, right? And we've been told our whole lives that suffering is important. I think like working out and maybe stretching a muscle, you know, and getting that out is good. It's good for the body. If you go and do a cold plunge, I think that's good. But these are different things, right? Where we're talking about wiping out an animal just for a meal and stuff like that. If that makes sense.
This utopian society has to be the final step.
Yeah, we should also. It's
Yeah,
been a long
I think it's been a long
It's been a
conversation, but
long-
we're going to give you some resources. I do appreciate you guys stopping it, and I do appreciate that you're open-minded about it. I think you got to make a commitment, man. I think you're going to be on the fence next year at this rate, right? You're
Yeah,
still going to be
yeah.
talking about these things rather than today saying, "Look, world, I'm going to make a change." You know,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter what anybody else says, right? It just matters what's in your heart.
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
can be
I
vegan
truly
and
believe
have
it.
non-vegan friends if that's your issue.
Yeah, I have to live with it, and
Yeah.
but this won't stop me. So
I would argue your friends will respect you more.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened with me. My friends, even though I get a little pushback, one of my friends always says, I respect you the most out of anybody.
true friends that really knows me, they can as to I don't know, make jokes of you
Yeah.
or something like that. But I really know that underneath
Yes.
they has respect to me,
Yeah.
and I pay respect to you to them. But they
Okay.
are choices,
Yeah.
choices, and they are choices.
So there's a thing
Okay.
here called Challenge 22.
Mm-hmm.
They hook you up with a nutritionist. They send you
Okay.
recipes every day, and they help you go vegan for free.
Thank you very much.
21 days, and then after that, it
Yeah.
carries
Oh,
on,
no,
man.
it carries on. They
It
send you
carries
for
on.
more than 21 days. If you're
Yeah,
vegan.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
All right.
I appreciate it.
What's your name?
Gabriele.
Gabriel. Nice to meet you. I'm Chip.
Sì?
I'm David.
Gabriele.
Thanks for
a
stopping by.
pleasure.
And next time we see you, you'll be vegan. Maybe you'll be on the streets with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
You can come.
We'll see you.
Cheers. Have a good one.
See you guys.
See you guys.
See ya. Whew, that went
long
on
conversation,
a
yeah.
lot longer than I thought.
Conversation.
Yeah. So what did you guys think? See you, buddy. What did you guys think of that? Did I push hard enough? Probably not. I don't know. You never know, right? He seemed like he was almost there, and I just figured, maybe I could help him push him over the line. The real Gabrielle. Yeah, maybe. How's it going above the horizon? Yeah, they seem pretty well with it. I was surprised, honestly. They were kind of joking around at first when I went up to them. But then, this is the thing. When I do outreach, I walk in with these preconceived judgment ideas. I walk up to somebody and be like, oh my God, this is going to be the worst conversation ever. And it ends up being like the best conversation ever. So it says something about even our own inherent biases and stuff like that. I thought that was a good conversation. So if you've not smashed the like button, subscribe to that chip guy, donate to that chip guy, do the things,
Okay, let's hear some arguments against veganism. Why? Who is not vegan here, and why are you not vegan?
Love you guys too.
Mel and Steve, yes. Come on, I want to hear some arguments. Get them out. Get those arguments out. Get those illogical arguments against veganism.
Yeah, let's
out.
hear it, guys.
It's pretty clear that they're all illogical.
The new guy's name, I'm David. I'm
David, he's the 40-year-old vegan.
Yes.
Because animals are tasty, says Jay Sim. Okay, so Jay Sim, if humans were
Hey.
tasty, would you be in favor of exploiting and killing human beings for a tasty meal that you can otherwise have?
Wait, I don't think you're a hypocrite. I think you're just broken. Every time I see you, dumb comments.
Mel and Steve says subscribe. Thank you, Mel and Steve, for being here. Yes.
All right, mate. Subscribe, follow, share. Let's go.
See you, Benji.
See you, Benji. There's always a lot of them. I'm moving to a plant-based diet, but I still hunt for work, pest and vermin control. There are other ways to capture animals. I would really look into that. That's got to be a tough gig, seeing all those poor little critters. And it really says a lot about humans, right? Our human-centric ideas, where we just think, okay, rather than capture them and move them to another place, let's fucking just murder them with gas. It's ridiculous.
BMW Wilson. What a name, man. BMW. Really, you really want to put the brand name in your name? Brother. That brand doesn't care about you.
Yeah, right.
Why
You're
would you
just
put your
coping,
name?
bro.
But
You
anyway,
were
let's
eating
yeah,
it, man.
yeah. I'd eat a human if they would let us eat the
Cope.
dead if it was delicious. We're not talking about eating dead animals over here, brother.
Cope.
We're talking about exploiting and slaughtering innocent animals. Would you be in favor of exploiting and slaughtering innocent humans if they tasted good? Not if they die that you eat them, but rather we bring them to life, we kill them, also that you can eat them. Would you be in favor of that?
Look at this guy.
Who is top, who is bottom? Are you a homophobe? Don't be a homophobe. Be nice.
It's cope. It's all copage, right? At the
Yeah.
end of the day, cope is copage.
Oh, look at this guy. Veganism, also known as homosexuality, is not my thing. Brother, veganism is the moral principle of rejecting animal exploitation. Homosexuality means being
Bro,
attracted to
Your
the same
name is Ronald
gender.
McDonald's. Think
How
about
is how are they even equal? Do you not understand simple logic? That's okay if you don't. You can learn.
Thanks, TVS. Whatever fits your fantasy. I don't care.
It's a lot of triggered people, huh? Benji, don't time them out. Let them say stupid stuff. They're digging the hole under under themselves. You know, let them say stupid
There's
things.
some funny comments here.
They're getting triggered by trolls. I'm not. I'm personally, I don't have any problem. We get
The
we
trolls
get
get
this
the
kind of
views.
nonsense
The
every
trolls
single
get the
day, yeah.
views. There's like what 10% people that comment here are trolls. The other people are just watching.
Wait,
They're
wait,
going to
wait,
see
wait.
the trolls and they're going to laugh at what the trolls say and they're not going to line with that.
Your energy is better spent on something more productive, like speaking out for people in Gaza, where actual humans are being starved and killed. Ironic Sovarex, you know, that's called the fallacy from relative privation. Essentially, when somebody is talking about a cause, what you're saying, well, there's a more important cause to be speaking about. Why is that? Why is that? Huh? Listen, why do you do that? Is it because Ironic Sovarex? Is it because you feel bad
Ironic.
about you choosing to pay for animals to be exploited and slaughtered?
I would
for you?
argue too, if you care about marginalized groups, then what about the slaughterhouse workers, the marginalized communities, the migrants
what
that they
about them?
force into slaughterhouses, the children that they put into slaughterhouses? Should you not be for all minorities? Just saying.
Yeah. Oh, wow, they don't care about Palestine. No, David, you see, that's called a straw man, what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
So what we said right there is that was called a fallacy from relative privation, is because we're here talking about animal rights. If we were here talking about women rights, would you here telling, why don't you speak about Palestine? This isn't we're not here to talk about what you think is important. Every single sentient being is important. Every single sentient being, their life is just as important as a human's life is important to them. You claiming that we should be speaking on this behalf because they matter more to me does not mean anything, okay?
I think it's just wild.
Doesn't mean
that
anything.
people
Am I
will-
pro-Palestine? Yes, I am. Do I think that what Israel is doing is fucked up? Yes, it is. Am I against Israel? No, I'm not. I think I'm a pacifist.
David,
so let's
I
not
hate
speak
that
about
we
this
shared the
nonsense,
same
please.
name, David.
I really
Bro,
don't want to speak about this because
we're not
here to
talking
speak
about a
animals.
diet, bro. You can. I'm a little bit out of shape. You can talk about diets and stuff that are like that's not what veganism is, David.
I'm gonna get some
if
conversation.
you knew what if you knew what veganism was, you would actually like understand that it's an ethical thing. It has nothing to do with the diet. I mean,
Probably doesn't know.
yeah, I don't think he does. David, can
Are you pro-Hamas? No, I'm not pro-Hamas.
David, can you tell us what veganism is, in your opinion? And if you can't, we're gonna get Benji to yeet ya.
You know what? There was a study shown that actually amongst all the comments, people who comment on YouTube and on social media, the most common thing that they do is an ad hominem attack.
Yeah.
It's the most common thing. They don't like to listen to arguments. They don't like to actually hear. They just want to commit ad hominem attacks. Don't be that. Don't be that person. Be smarter than the rest. Rise above it. Listen.
Let's hear David's definition. We'll give him a countdown. How about we'll get one of the mods.
Children
too.
of the Void. I think I was pretty clear on my stance. I'm not here to discuss Israel, Palestine, Ukraine, Russia, any sort of political. I'm against any type of war. I'm against any type of violence, and that's why I'm a vegan, because I reject violence. Now, children of, what was your name again? Let me see. Children of the Void. Are you rejecting violence yourself, or do you pay for violence because you get pleasure from it? Are you vegan, in other words, or not?
It's a lot of weird copage going on, guys. That's what people do. They cope.
Yeah.
They cope because they don't want to take responsibility, accountability. You wouldn't kick a dog in the face, so why are you putting a pig into a gas chamber?
Someone says, but Alex Jones says eat bone broth. Isn't
Yeah.
Alex Jones also that dumbass who also said that there was no Sandy Hooks? Isn't he the one who got...
Alex Jones.
Isn't he the one who got like literally sued and lost like $1 million or something?
No, more than that. It was hundreds of millions.
So Children of the Void, I ask you again, are you a pro-violence person? Do you pay for animals to be exploited and slaughtered for you?
Cope. Oh, BMW. There's a lot of cope. You just said you eat humans, bro. That is fucking. If that's not top tier cope, put a 1 in the chat if that's cope, guys. Put a 1 in the chat if that's pure cope. Yeah, right. Lies.
Oh, look at that! Somebody's a speciesist. See that? Ronald from McDonald's is a speciesist.
Oh, Ronald from McDonald. I mean,
Ronald
look at
from
his
McDonald
name.
Likes to discriminate based on how individuals are
Yeah,
born.
Ronald McDonald.
Congratulations, Ronald.
I
You're
mean,
exactly like a racist.
dude,
There's
think
no
about the capacity of the person who would actually make their YouTube channel Ronald McDonald. Cancer causing shit. Yeah, look at 1. See, we got 1s in the chat. See, cope, biggest cope ever. People are agreeing. So we went live yesterday and the day before, Luke.
We don't eat fish or shrimp. Fish or shrimp, we respect individuals. We don't eat individuals because we respect them.
Yeah, Chip.
Why do you not respect them, huh? Is it because they're not born how you want them to be born? If they were born with 4 legs, with a tail, and they would wag their tail when they see you, then you would respect them, right? But if they don't do that, all of a sudden they should be exploited and slaughtered, right? Because somebody
Animal
told
abuser.
you it's okay to exploit them. You have no logic behind
Cope-a-dope.
it. Just somebody told you at some point, right? You learned it. Your parents probably.
Awesome,
you got
Luke.
into it and then you're like, well, that's all it is.
Awesome, Luke. Thanks for joining us. Chip appreciates the sub. I'm the 40-year-old vegan. If you want to go check me out as well. We're out in the streets pretty often. Chip does it quite a bit more than me, so he's out more than a few times a week. Usually, we're going to be at camp out. We're going to be at camp out in tomorrow. We're going for camp out, we'll be gone the weekend. But Chip will be back here likely next week.
Bio statement: plants should also be spared. No, because you know why? Plants are not individuals. Plants are not sentient.
Wait, who eats more, animals
Oh my God, like this
or
the ridiculousness
humans?
of it. Imagine saying that plants are an individual, but not claiming that animals are individuals. Imagine such a ridiculousness.
Nice. So, do you have a carrot rights activist shirt on, Mr. Plant Person? Plants, though, guys. That's where we're at. We're at plants, though.
Very narcissistic behavior. I completely agree. Everybody who consumes animal products is pretty narcissistic.
What's a good barbecue options for plant-based foods, Chip?
Good barbecue options. Tofu. You make skewers with tofu, paprika. What else you can put on there?
I just bring the canned beans, bro. I keep it real.
Man.
Peanut butter and canned beans. Maybe potatoes.
Tofu, paprika, a little bit of potato. Yeah, that's pretty good. But potato, you
Yeah,
would have to boil them
tofu.
ahead of time so that you just get them crispy.
Look at this person says tofu is disgusting. Oh my God,
you
what's
haven't had tofu, brother.
Then you
if
haven't
think
had
it's
tofu.
Disgusting, yeah.
I've had crappy tofu, but I've had really great tofu.
Let me show you what's disgusting, okay?
You want to do that to the channel?
Yeah. I want to do
No,
this.
but all right, vegans, close your eyes, please.
Yeah, vegans, close your eyes.
This is not
you wanna
nice.
see what's disgusting?
Vegans, close your
You
eyes.
see? This, they jerk off a bull, then they use that sperm to inseminate a dairy cow. That's disgusting. Jerking off a bull, in my opinion, is disgusting. But if you like jerking off bulls, then you go ahead and pay for jerk
Someone
off.
just walked by, they're like,
Okay. Then what they do is they hook up machines to these cows after they produce babies, and they mutilate them, you see? That's what they do. And
Paul, you'll
they
save.
separate the babies and they keep them in isolation.
Paul, is
All of it because
even if
like
you
the
just
taste
save
of
one
milk.
individual, Paul, that's one individual.
You gotta have that milky titty juice. I like the trigger though.
Paul,
Okay.
even if
Do I need to show you more? Do I need to show you how
Alright.
they ground up the baby chicks? Really?
Paul,
That's disgusting.
I
That is
estimate
disgusting.
somebody will take between 5,000 and 10,000 lives as a result of, you know, fending for your own choices. So at the age of 20 to 70, you'll eat that many animals. So that's how many animals you would take out of the system. So one person can do a big difference in those lives specifically.
Oh, grow up, dude. Can you actually make a point? I'll make a point for you right now. A person whose name I cannot read because it's in Greek and it starts with omega. I'll tell you what, Mr. Omega something. You know, you want an
Omega
actual
beta?
point? Every time you pay for animal products, you support needless animal exploitation. If you think you respect animals, but you are paying for them to be exploited for something that you don't need, then clearly you don't respect them. So that would be a contradiction in your worldview. So you can only say, am I a person who respects animals or not? And if you're a person who doesn't respect animals, then ask yourself, why is it that you think you're a person who respects humans? Humans are also animals. So you just go down that line and you realize that the reason why you should respect a human is the same reason why you should respect an animal. Because they're sentient beings who have emotions and a subjective experience of the world.
Luke, I stopped eating animals like 12 years ago. Why do you say obviously? Because I'm standing up against their exploitation? Do you base your morality, Luke, on what a lion does? Do you go around sniffing anuses? Do you commit infanticide? Like, why would you base your morality on what a lion does? That makes no sense. That's one of the dumbest arguments you can ever actually have against veganism. Well, the lion, like, do you want me to sing the Lion King song? Is that why? Is that why you're bringing it up? You want to hear my lovely voice? Guys, put a 1 in the chat if you want to hear my lovely voice. Also, smash like, donate to this guy. He's out on the streets busting his ass off, solo almost all the time.
If we are animals, we should be let do act. Wait a minute. If we are animals, we should be let do act like animals. So, Lazarescu, what you're essentially saying is that if animals commit grape, you should be allowed to commit grape. Imagine standing in front of a court and saying, "But your honors, lions commit grape. Therefore, I should be allowed to commit grape because we are animals also." That's not very smart. Am I triggering them?
Yeah, I guess so. So they want to hear me sing the Lion King song. I forget how it goes. You gotta give me some words, guys. The
You look at that, Lazarescu. So Lazarescu is pro-grape. Lazarescu, you're pro-grape as far as I
In
understand.
the jungle, the mighty
Lazarescu, you're
jungle,
pro-grape, aren't you?
the lion sleeps tonight.
I said we're animals. I didn't say we should act like animals.
Uh-oh.
I said we can be animals and at the same time act morally because we know what morals are. We're moral agents. We're a little bit different that way.
You tell me how many animals died sculpted marble. You tell me.
Oh, another crop deaths argument. Sculpted marble, just Google crop deaths and stop it with this nonsense. Can human digest fiber? Depends on what you mean by digestion, you know, because if you mean that they go through the colon and the colon uses it, does it absorb any nutrients from it? No, but it provides a lot of it helps your colon be healthy. So does that mean that the humans digest it? I don't know what to tell you, man. It's still part of the digestion
I'm not here
process.
right now because I ate plants for 11 years and now I'm dead.
Look at that. This guy just said, Harley Zafris said he just exploited and slaughtered an innocent animal and got a lot of pleasure from doing it. Harley, that's not very nice, man.
I just don't believe in eating mother cows, Harley, that suffered and they were shot in the face and likely pregnant when they were shot in the face. It's kind of weird flex, Harley. Harley, why do you hate animals?
You want to try it? Does Harley hate animals? Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You're really good at reading the chat pretty quick. I just kind of take it in and... Phil, do you want me to tell you what I ate or what I did last night? I worked in slaughterhouses, by the way. I don't... Like, you saying you ate this person or that person doesn't really do anything to me.
Look at this person being stupid. Let's see. Why can't we act animals, but we have to act as if they are the same as us? We're not saying you have to act as if they're the
Ronald,
same like us.
It's Ronald McDonald.
But this person doesn't seem to understand the simple nuance.
But
okay?
Ronald's not.
So you
there.
I'm clearly more intelligent than you because I understand nuance, right? So,
Guys,
I mean, I should be able to exploit them, right? I mean,
guys,
pretty
if
simple.
Ronald McDonald's not all there, put one in the chat.
Yeah, yeah. Wait, what do you mean? Like, it's pretty simple. We're all animals. Yes, we are. But we're moral agents. That's the distinction. As a moral agent, you have a duty to act. As a moral agent, you have to act morally. In other words, if something is classified as immoral, you should not do it because you're a moral agent. Other animals are not moral agents, but there's also other humans who are not moral agents. So there's no, you wouldn't say, well, that's why it's okay to exploit and kill these animals. No, because there's humans who are moral patients,
Got it.
just like the other animals are moral patients.
Got a few ones in the chat. So Ronald McDonald, yeah, I mean, you are a clown after all, as it's been stated. Oh my gosh. No, moral compass is off.
So Ronald McDonald, are you in favor of exploiting and slaughtering dogs for optional products?
He probably is. He said he would eat humans, so.
Yes, he's in favor of dogs exploitation.
Yeah.
Chip, who's worth more, chicken or humans? Mr. Black, who's worth more? My pet that I don't have, but if I did, or you? Probably my pet than you. Why would it matter would the external value that I place on individuals matter? Do you think that if you have zero value to me, then I have the right to cut your throat and eat you? No, brother. No, because you know what? It's not the extrinsic value that matters. It's the intrinsic value that does matter, you know? It's the value that you have within. In other words, you value your life just as much as any other animal values their life. A chicken values their life just as much as you value yours because it's everything to them, it's everything to you. You choosing to take their life for a fucking sandwich, that's extremely selfish, by the way, means you just don't respect even their own individuality. And when you reject their individuality, you reject your own individuality. That's what you do. Because at the end of the day, it all translates to the same thing. It's nothing more than discrimination based on how somebody is born. And when it happens to you, you cry out loud and you say, oh, I don't like this discrimination, but you do it every single day. You go to a supermarket and you pay for innocent sentient beings, beings who feel, who have emotions, who think, maybe even more than you, and you pay for them to be put into slaughterhouses, treated like objects, and killed. No. Let them say them dumb shit.
No, I was gonna put angels in that timeout just because I don't like them. No,
There's
David.
always people who will be.
David, you didn't give me the definition. I didn't see the definition. David, if you don't give me the definition,
The animals are
in
made for us.
5, 4, 3, 2. I'm gonna ban you from the channel, David.
No, don't ban him, but silence him.
No. All right, David, I gave you. You got a minute. David. If you can't define veganism, then it's over.
Already said
Then
it,
it's
you gotta
over.
listen.
Then it's over,
This
David.
isn't a channel where you just come here and be like, "What's going
It's-
on?" You gotta listen. This
Your
is a
your
homework
trolling
channel. You gotta
career
do homeworks.
on this channel is over, David. Over. Guys,
Would
if-
you kill an animal to save yourself?
hit that like
Probably.
button.
I would kill a human to save myself also.
Hit that like
Does that
button.
morally justify me exploiting and slaughtering innocent humans? No, it does not. So why would it justify exploiting and slaughtering innocent animals?
Hit that like button. Put the bell notification on. Tell all your friends.
Look at this guy also.
Subscribe.
New Hampshire red blood. Chip and elf friend. What if you were in a survival starving situation? Would you eat an animal? I'll tell you what, if I was in that situation, I would eat a human. Does that morally justify me exploiting and killing
I
humans
wouldn't.
today? No. Probably also I couldn't kill anybody because I'm not a violent individual.
Yeah, like
But
what?
if somebody's dead,
Why is
like
it always
an animal
these,
or a
these
human, I might eat them.
weird scenarios? Would you do this? Would you do this? If you went to a grocery store and you had the choice to kill an innocent animal or not, which would you choose? Like it's such a dumb argument.
raise your hand if you're a violent person.
Billions of insects in farming don't count.
No, we don't eat insects because insects also deserve to live.
Yeah.
They're also sentient beings, most of them at least.
So like if you care about insects, would you not then not grow crops and not breed 92 billion land animals into existence in order to feed those animals and kill all those
It's
insects?
more expensive to be a vegan and life is too short not to live it. Lazarescu, it's more expensive for me to respect women and life is too short to not live it.
It's not
Therefore,
more
I'm going to
expensive,
go
though.
around smacking women's asses because that's how I perceive life as living.
But
No, we respect individuals, brother. Respect individuals. Stop it with this nonsense.
but it's a false claim, right?
It is false also, yeah. It's
That's
much
a false
cheaper
claim.
To be
It's
vegan. We have studies on that.
yeah, it's
we have empirical
be up to
evidence. What do you
30%
have?
cheaper.
What do you have? A little bit of, oh, but it's expensive. You have a little
Children
bit
of the Void, please define veganism before you ask weird questions like that.
Oh, do you care about bacteria and viruses? No, we do not because they're not sentient.
You're giving the answer, though.
Yeah, fuck them. I'm spoon feeding them the answer. Look at that.
All right.
Lazarescu. They always come with the grape argument when they don't have something else. Lazarescu, there was no grape argument. You seem to have missed the part. I never mentioned grape. I just mentioned smacking women's asses. But if you think that is grape, serves like you instantly jumped to grape, didn't you? Why would you do that, man? I'm here talking about
People are
respecting
so
individuals.
triggered.
We need to stop. We need to start respecting them, whether they're human or non-human. They
Um,
all deserve to live
you
equally,
can-
you know.
You can get iron from other sources than Mother Cow, bro.
Have I triggered them enough?
Oh yeah, there's a lot of people that are pissed off.
So if animal is brain dead and not sentient,
Phil, I've been
is
on
that
more
acceptable
farms
for slaughter?
than you'd be than anybody else probably in the chat. I've been to more slaughterhouses as well.
So children of the void, if a human being is not sentient and brain dead, is that acceptable for slaughter? There you go. You know, listen, we can do this very easily. Just replace every time you think, is it ... for an animal? Replace the animal with a human animal and ask yourself if that would be moral to do.
Yeah, Luke Roberts, yes. So I've seen all sides as well. I'm an ex-inspector. I used to work as an agricultural inspector for the Canadian Food Inspection Agency. So I saw things that most people probably could never imagine, probably like yourself. And it's so sad that all these innocent animals are exploited, bred into existence in these horrible sheds, these disgusting hellhole nightmares. We might have a couple people coming in. Guys, if you haven't hit like, please do so. Smash that like button. Leave the comments. Let's go. Chip gets out here every day. He's out here all the time. He's busting it for the animals. No, we gave David a second chance. It's not my channel, so Chip's like, no, don't ban him. Don't ban him. Yeah, it's very easy. If someone like myself, who's worked in slaughterhouses, worked in this industry, can change, seeing as my whole family worked in it, I'm pretty sure it's pretty easy for you to change. So Phil, are you going to just keep coming up with excuses to exploit animals? You just asked about all these other animals, critters, so to say. What are you talking about? Define veganism. If you don't know what veganism is, then how can you argue against it? You're talking about critters. You're talking about these farms that, being farmed in this way. We don't want that type of farming. We would prefer a different kind of farming. How you doing? Interested to try?
Yeah, what kind of experiment? My voice, sorry, I'm pretty sick. My voice is.
Oh yeah. Well, we're live on YouTube. You interested to come on?
Live.
Yeah. There's only about 130 people watching.
Okay,
yeah. You want to try it?
Yeah.
We'll come to this side. So my name is David, and so I'll tell you a little bit about what we're doing here. We're just asking the public what they feel about some of the changes the European governments are starting to implement as far as putting, well, maybe move this way a bit, putting dogs on the menu. Have you ever heard of that?
Dogs on the menu.
Yeah.
No, actually, I've never heard of that. I raised the rabbits for meat, actually. So, and by the majority of people, rabbits are considered cuter than dogs. So,
Yeah. Would you eat a dog if they were put on the menu?
if it was bred for meat, I think so. I would try. Yeah.
You would try?
Yeah. If it was
What
like.
about humans?
What about humans?
Yeah, would you pay for humans to be brought into existence, to be killed, and then you eat them?
Okay, you're just here for vegan propaganda. I know. Okay.
What's vegan propaganda?
That's what you're doing right
What
now.
is veganism?
How is this propaganda, though. So it is not. It
because
is.
it's not-
It is
these
not
are-
true. The dog farming is not true. I was going to mention that, but it just kind of gets the psychology and people thinking about other animals. And you
Yeah, of
mentioned that
course.
you farmed rabbits. Did you kill them yourself?
Yeah, it took something to kill the first rabbit. But
Yeah.
then,
So this is the thing. So I worked in slaughterhouses. So I'm no judge, right? So my whole family worked in this industry. I saw things, as an inspector that most people never will. And the one commonality that I find in farmers, especially ones that take lives, slaughterhouse workers that take lives, and even people that witness it, is they remember the first time.
Yeah.
Can you explain how it felt going into
Oh
the
yeah,
first time?
there are some people who are born to kill. Actually, yeah, I mean they feel totally comfortable like going to war or going to work in a slaughterhouse, or they become like serial killers, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean most people were not really born to kill, and I'm one of them. But still, I mean.
Would you say that's something
Maybe.
like you felt that you had to do rather than a necessity?
I wanted to try this experience, and yeah, like that. And there was nobody. I mean, left to my own devices, I would ask somebody to do it, to slaughter a rabbit. But yeah, I didn't have anyone, so yeah, I did it myself. And yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any remorse for it?
No, I don't think so. I mean, we're humans, we're omnivores, and that's what nature does. I mean, it just preys for, like, hunts for prey, and like both omnivores and like predators.
Did you do it how nature does
that's
it
what
also?
they do. Yeah.
Did you do it how nature does it?
Well, nature actually, if it was in the hands of nature, I mean, they would exploit other species, and that's what they do actually. Like,
What does exploitation mean to you?
Like, well, basically, exploitation is when you get a lot of benefit from somebody else without giving
Unfairly.
unfairly, without giving them anything in return, right? I mean, it's not about the way that you do it. It's just, I mean, it's just there. I mean, it's a fact of life, right? I mean,
Do you think exploitation is bad?
that's how things work. I mean, it's not up to us to judge, right? I mean, that's how nature works, right?
So is exploitation bad?
Exploitation morally,
Yeah.
like morally, well, from some points of view, it can be bad, yeah.
Yeah. If you could choose to exploit, or you could choose not to exploit, what would you choose?
If it's about sustaining myself as
If you could sustain
as
yourself in
an
both situations.
omnivorous species, then yeah, I would choose to exploit. And
So if you could sustain yourself in both situations, between choosing to exploit and not exploit, you would choose to exploit?
if I could sustain myself like fully without exploiting anyone, then yeah, I mean I wouldn't exploit. But
You wouldn't exploit.
that makes me wonder if I can do that.
Yeah. So do you think you can be healthy on a plant-based diet?
There's only, like, I heard, like 8% who can thrive on a plant-based diet.
Where's that number coming from?
From science, yeah. And,
Which science? I'm actually a certified nutritionist, and I'm very
okay.
much into
Yeah,
science and critical thinking. So
I know that
if you
a
come
lot
with
of-
an empirical claim, I would require some empirical evidence.
There is an empirical evidence for that. That 8% of people are genetically born to thrive on.
Oh,
on,
it's
on,
genetics.
on vegan diet. Yeah.
What specifically about genetics? Which gene?
We're
Which marker turns it on?
I don't remember all the genes that are responsible for this, but I guess I'm not in these 8% because once I had to basically survive on not mostly, but it was plant-based. We went hiking, and we fucked up the meat stuff that we had. So yeah, we basically were surviving on.
So you didn't have enough calories.
Buckwheat, and it's not about calories. It's about all the
It is very much about calories.
macronutrients that you get.
Calories is a macronutrient. It's a form
no,
of energy.
no, calories are is an energetic
Yeah.
value, right? And macronutrients is.
So which macronutrients is missing on a plant-based
is
diet?
proteins, fats,
So protein is missing.
carbohydrates. Sorry, can I finish? Proteins, carbohydrates, fats.
Which one of these you can't get on a plant-based
ethanol,
diet?
I guess, because we can get some calories from ethanol as well.
So which of these you can't get from a plant-based diet?
You can get all of them from plant-based diet, but the level of
So you can get all
absorption.
macronutrients.
Sorry, can I finish? The level of absorption of plant-based proteins is meager, is like 30 to 40%. I just had an almond croissant, and
Which plant-based protein do you talk about?
Yeah, let me.
Because they're not all the same, are they?
So basically, the absorption rate of almonds is like proteins from almonds is like what? I think 40%, up to 40%.
So don't eat almonds. Eat other
So
sources
basically,
that have
no,
the higher
but
absorption rate.
other sources they are
What
not
is
much
the
higher in
absorption
terms
rate
of
of
the
soy?
absorption rate.
What is the absorption rate of soy?
So sorry,
What is the absorption
Of
rate
soy?
of soy? Yeah.
it's 55, I guess.
No, it's way into the 80s and 90s.
It's not.
But do you know what
I get-
changes
I get-
what makes
I
the
get-
absorption rate change?
It gets me so flatulent on soy that
I mean, you're very much talking about pseudoscientific. You're making pseudoscientific
It's
claims.
not pseudoscientific.
It's
It
very
is-
much pseudoscientific
no,
because you don't have
the
any empirical evidence to back
the
those
protein
claims.
absorption rate is real. Okay.
Do you know what affects
And
it?
For
What does affect
for,
it?
For beef liver,
What is
it's
it
like
affected?
99%.
What
and for-
affects it? What affects the absorption rate?
What affects it
Yeah.
is the fact that we're omnivorous and we're
No.
yes,
No.
we are.
I can tell you if you want to learn what
Okay,
affects it,
guys,
but I'm
just
pretty
stay
clear
within-
that you're not
just
interested
stay
in what
within your
affects
echo
it.
chamber, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool,
Okay.
bye.
Goodbye, Mr. Animal Exploiter. Maybe stop
I
being violent.
There's a video called What Killing Animals Does to Your Brain. I highly recommend you watch it.
Okay, let me just explain to everybody. So the reason why absorption rate is different is because plants have these thing called phytochemicals, which are actually very healthy for you. They also have anti-nutrients. They have a lot of stuff that essentially hinder absorption of other nutrients themselves, but they're still very healthy. So in other words, all of these, they hinder the absorption of protein in muscle protein synthesis specifically, by the way, because protein still gets absorbed. All of this is a ridiculous claim. And the thing is, if you're just going to be eating meat, then maybe the absorption rate will be high, just like it would if you would only be eating like I don't know, some processed soy product.
but then you're also worrying
But
about
you're-
other things if you're increasing the.
But you're going to be eating always vegetables alongside
Yeah.
those animal products, so the
You
absorption rate will change.
you
because
raise
all
your
of it
risks
goes-
of a lot of things too if you're only eating
raise the
animal
risk.
products,
It's
right?
a ridiculous claim. It's a ridiculous claim. Like imagine all that bullshit stuff.
I knew there was going to be pushback, obviously, because he's worked in the industry. He thinks that he has to eat animals. He took lives, guys. This guy actually took lives, and he was trying to make a claim for that. It was clear that he wouldn't likely accept any responsibility. And if you imagine that he had, right? What's he gonna say? Oh, I agree with you that I was a monster to these poor rabbits. That's why I asked him about his first time. He remembers his first time, and any worker, any farmer, any person that's taken lives personally at a certain age, they'll remember their first time. And what happens is you take a life, you start to grow apathy, and you move into psychopathy. That's exactly what happens. There's a video called What Killing Animals Does to Your Brain by Bite Size Vegan on YouTube. You can go check it out. If you've taken lives yourself, I highly recommend you go check it out. Be open-minded. Look at what actually happens upstairs when you take lives, guys, because it does happen. And of course he's going to fight back, because if he doesn't, he's again got to admit that he was a monster to innocent rabbits.
Want to try a social experiment? Imagine killing beautiful rabbits. Like they're so innocent, beautiful.
Oh my
creatures, like,
gosh,
so
yeah,
cute.
like, and he even said it himself. He even said that he would be down to eat dogs, guys. Come on. It's
Would you say
kinda
killing for
ridiculous.
food is part of a natural process? Adirao, I don't care. It is. But we're not appealing to nature here.
How you doing?
Yeah, good.
Good.
What's the issue now?
What was the issue where?
Yeah, but this guy not. He walk.
I
He's a
think
violent guy.
he seemed like, yeah, he has a violent past.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, why?
because he farmed animals and he took their lives. He killed them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
It's a very
Yeah,
violent
yeah,
guy.
it's not good. But I eat also meat.
yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Are
think
you
he needs to-
vegetarian?
I'm vegan.
Yeah, you are vegan.
Yeah.
And why are you vegan?
Because I
Can I
work.
show you?
Well, yeah, you can show him, but I also because I worked in.
This is.
Because we don't want to pay for this.
I worked in slaughterhouses before.
Yeah.
I never thought you could be vegan, and
Yeah.
my whole family worked in it. And one day I learned that I didn't have to be a part of this anymore, so I changed.
Okay.
Yeah. And so now I'm hopeful that I can share my experience,
Yeah.
come out in the street, talk to people, and try to get them to realize. Because even this guy, I thought maybe I could get him to realize that maybe some of the things he had done in the past, he can maybe not redeem himself, but maybe he could change.
But do
know?
you think eating meat is bad?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Bad for the animal.
I think it's bad for the animal, and also I think it creates a culture that we think we can just exploit others. I think it also creates a more violent society
Yeah,
because
what gives us
we're
the right-
consuming violence.
What gives us the right to take the whole existence, the whole life of an animal because we enjoy their taste? Like, is that really a right we should be having? Because, you know, what makes them so inferior or so bad or so we belittle them so much that we can take their whole existence for a meal?
Yeah, I am very honestly, they are very tasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is just and most people will say, you know, it's taste. Comes down to taste. But is taste on the same level as a life? That's what we got to look at. Is our taste pleasure, our pleasure that we derive from that taste, is that more important than the life that they were going to live? And so that's what we need to sometimes think about. I understand that we don't, because it's in our face all the time. We grow up this way. But at some point, you know, recognizing it, I think we need to be accountable for it. And I think we should value life much more than we do.
Yeah, okay.
Like, imagine if somebody would consider you inferior and they like the taste of your flesh. Would it be fair if somebody were to be killing you because they think you're inferior and they like the taste of your flesh? They would come up with all sorts of justifications on why you're inferior.
And you'd want
They
people
would-
to protect you. You want people speaking up for you, right? So we're just placing ourselves in their position for that moment, right? To say, look, I wouldn't want to be in that position. I wouldn't want to be farmed for my entire existence. And then just for someone to ship me out 5 minutes later, you know, it doesn't seem right. But we've been told this is normal.
Yeah.
We've been told this is how we grow up, how this is society and stuff like that. But like anything else, once we learn, we can evolve, we can change. And I think as humans, we tend to overcomplicate things. I think we're all inherently living in our ego. And once we can just move that out of the way, I think we can get into really good conversations, and I think we can really change the world. It's just, we got to drop it and take some accountability.
Yeah, I'm speechless.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know what you think about it. Yeah, it's toch human nature, I think so, to hunt.
Yeah, maybe we've been taught that, or we just kind of grew up that way, to think that way. But you'd agree,
would you
right?
hunt dogs, for example, if it's human nature to hunt? When there is no necessity for
Can
it.
you ask me the question again? What
Yeah, would
it
you
is?
hunt dogs?
No, I don't hunt
But it's
dogs.
human nature.
I don't hunt dogs.
So if it's human nature
I
to
don't hunt.
No,
I
understand.
buy my meat in the supermarket.
Would you buy dog meat in the supermarket?
No.
But
Yeah.
It's human nature, why not?
So all we're saying is that the dog's no different than the chicken, than the cow,
They're not.
than the duck, than the pigeon that's flying around here. They're no different, right? Because they all experienced life, and they all want to live. They can all feel pain. They can suffer. And we go to the grocery store. We don't even think about it, right? We don't think about what had happened to them, what kind of life they lived. They're just a number. Some of them don't even have names.
They just have numbers.
Their entire experience is just nothing, right? They're considered worse than anybody else or anything else, right? And so I think, again, it's about taking personal responsibility and not giving a shit about what anybody else thinks, because it doesn't matter at the end of the day. All that matters is that that individual
That this animal got on the plate.
yeah,
That's
that's all that matters, right?
Yeah.
So So what do you think are some of the positive steps you can do? What do you think you could do today to not exploit animals?
Eat vegetables.
Yeah, that's one step. I think more importantly, though, it's the mindset. It's how you view them. When you look at the pigeon, you don't go, oh, I'm hungry. Or when you see an animal dead on the road from a car, you don't go, or you don't salivate. You just don't look at them as products. You don't look at them for your entertainment. You don't look at them as commodities. You know, you just say, I do not want to be a part of hurting anyone. I don't want to be a part of exploiting them. The how is easy. You go to the store, you get the vegetables, you get the burgers, the plant-based burgers and stuff like that. It's cheaper. Beans, rice, legumes, lentils, all these things, right? Tempeh, soy. You can get all these products, right? It's just a small shift in perspective.
But you speak about all the animals, toch? About all the animals.
Yeah.
If a wasp try to...
Yeah, but that's defense, right? We can understand defense if it's trying to hurt you.
Yeah.
You
If
can
I'm
protect
attacking,
yourself.
If I would attack you, you would be well within your rights to attack me back.
Yeah.
But if I'm just sitting minding my own business and you
Yeah.
attack me, it's bad, right? It's
Yeah.
the same with an animal. If an animal attacks you, you're well within your rights to defend yourself. But if you go to an animal and say, I'm gonna cut your throat because I like the taste of your flesh, I don't think that's fair. Is
Like
it?
if a bee gets inside my home, the most I'm gonna do is just try to get the bee outside of my home. If they sting me, maybe I'm gonna react, but like if there's an anthill here, I'm not just gonna go step on it just for fun, right? But that could be I could enjoy that. What if I enjoyed that? I enjoyed stepping on ants, or I enjoyed kicking the dog, right? I got a good feeling. Well, that's the same as pleasure from eating, right? It's just a sense. And once we recognize it's just our palate, it's just a sense, and we shift our perspective just a little, we can make a big difference, right?
It's just dopamine from the brain. That's all it is.
Okay. No, you give me a lot of information
Yeah.
and I want to think about it.
Sure. We'll give you a card, and I appreciate you coming up and being open-minded.
You might like the
I
menu.
am open-minded, but
Yeah.
I eat meat. That's where the problem is.
Yeah.
You don't like me because I eat meat.
No, I don't. I didn't say I don't like you. I just don't like your choices.
Yeah, okay.
You know, because I didn't like my choices. I'm not saying I didn't like myself, but I did things that I shouldn't have done, and I'm going to accept responsibility for that. I think most humans are just conditioned to think they have to eat animals,
Yeah.
and we don't. And everything's there. You'll see the videos. You'll go to
This is Instagram, toch? Of niet?
yeah.
And this is YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What's your
thank-
name?
My name is Roy.
Roy David. Nice to
David.
meet you.
I'm Chip.
Chip? Oh yeah, dat staat hier ook.
Yeah.
That Chip guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ja. Dat is goed, man. Nou, maybe, yeah, no, somebody else comes talking with you.
Sure.
No, what was with this guy? That was annoying that night.
You got upset.
It's
They
Because
always
he liked to eat. Ah,
You didn't like the pushback, yeah. Thank you,
Okay.
Roy. So nice to meet you.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.
You got a lot of people in here saying nonsense, huh?
Well, I think, yeah, because earlier. Guys, hit that like button. Go subscribe to that Chip guy.
Subscribe, yeah.
David's still talking. Yeah, humans are
you
animals.
guys a couple,
yes.
we're not, no. But even if we were, that wouldn't be an issue. Again, where do you guys stand on insect consumption? We're against it. There's no need
Ew.
for it.
You know, they have, what is it, a cricket slaughterhouse in London, Ontario, Canada. They kill 1 million crickets a day.
Jesus.
Can you imagine they farm? So disgusting.
You guys have hair. I
No.
have hair in a lot of other places other than my head. But I lost
No.
my hair when I was 24 and I was
Did you?
in a carnivorous. Yeah,
it's 'cause you were eating animal
when I did a
products.
actually when I did a carnivorous diet is when I lost most of my hair. You're Romanian. Yeah, I am Romanian.
Well, I'm actually Dutch, but I was born in Romania. I speak Romanian, but I moved here and now I have Dutch citizenship.
What's happening, guys?
Didn't eat enough quality meat. Look, Porter, if you believe that hair on your head is influenced by your diet, then you are very much a pseudoscientific person because there's no science to back it up. Most of the times it's just genetics, which it is in my case also. My dad, my mom, all of them have alopecia.
I love how they're
It's the
talking about
same.
hair like it's
Yeah.
like a factor in eating animals. Give me a break.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Hi, Chip. Where are you today? I'm in front of well, that's Van Gogh Museum, and here we're in front of the Stedelijk Museum, Museum of Modern Art in Amsterdam.
We're brothers fighting for the animals. Absolutely.
May I hate you, kind sir. It'll make me big and strong. You want to hate me? Go ahead and hate me, but listen to the message. And my message is exploiting innocent animals for optional products is wrong. Lazarescu asks me ce faci. Bine, tu? Nu contează. Let's move on, Lazarescu. I'm not an animal exploiter, Lazarescu. Why are you one? Why are you an animal exploiter? Why do you pay for animals to be exploited and slaughtered for you when you can choose otherwise?
So simple. It's not that
Very
hard.
simple. Yeah, I feel like everybody
Hey,
wants to
Peg.
make veganism seem like this complex thing. Oh, it's a diet and stuff. It's not. It's a position against.
You
animal
literally just go to the
exploitation.
store and you change what you're eating.
That's
like you just
literally it.
pick
It's
to
so
this
easy.
side.
And David and I were actually looking at the prices. Plant-based steak, which we
Yeah.
tried yesterday, which was pretty good.
It's okay, yeah.
Which was an expensive product. It was way cheaper than any animal steak. Any
Yeah,
animal steak, like
yeah.
even the cheapest steak.
Ridiculous.
Way cheaper.
And don't forget that mother cow that you're that steak, whatever you want to call it, was subsidized. All the animal products are subsidized. No, I'm not Romanian. I'm Canadian. So with Portuguese and Irish background. Thanks for asking.
God created all for us. No, God did not create animals for you. You know how you know that? Because if you believe in a Christian God, then you know that God created animals first.
Luke.
So God did not create animals for you to exploit and slaughter. In fact, in your Bible, in your sacred book, it says that the reason why why you eat animals is because you committed the original sin. You fall into sin. So an ideal world to you should be one where you don't sin, shouldn't it? So that would imply, obviously, no
Yeah,
longer treating
you
animals
do
as
unto
objects.
others. There's the Garden of Eden. I mean, come on.
So much.
Would
"Thou
Jesus
shalt not
work in a
kill."
slaughterhouse? Would he want other people to work in slaughterhouses?
It does not say thou shalt not kill humans. It says thou shalt not kill. Ridiculous.
Luke, also, what experience do you have working in animal agriculture?
Jesus ate fish and meat. No, Jesus was vegan. That's a bullshit thing.
Were
That's
you
a
there, Wendy?
mistranslation. Yeah.
Were you there?
How would Jesus kill an animal? I am Romanian. I agree with the vegan principles, but at the moment in society, it's not practical. Adi, that's not true. You know that in Romania, there's so many products that are Lent, and Lent in Romania is essentially a plant-based
Exactly.
diet.
It's 150 million vegans across the world. Come on.
Yeah,
It's not an
That-
excuse.
that-
That's a cop-out. That's lip service,
And
right?
Adi, if you're having issues,
on, Adi.
there's a thing called
We can
Challenge
help you.
22 in the description of this stream. They hook you up with a nutritionist, they send you recipes every day, and they help you adopt a plant-based diet for free.
What do you think of domesticating animals also as animals for protection of humans?
Against it.
Yeah, we don't view animals as commodities, entertainment, clothing. We just don't view them that way. Let's just leave them alone.
I think you can move to a better spot, by the way.
Yeah, it's really hard to see,
It's
honestly.
hard to see, and there's nobody here, and there's no more rain.
Ah, yes, the people, the public said.
What kind of?
We ask you some
Ah,
questions, get you to think.
She's in.
But my English not that.
Sounds
It's
very good to me. Are you okay being live on YouTube? Yeah.
yeah.
Can we do together?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Hey, hey,
I
hey.
get that. I get that.
Say the government's doing the dog.
Yeah.
Hello.
What's your name?
Su.
Sue?
Shema.
Shema. Where are you guys from?
Turkey.
Turkey. Nice. Oh, we actually spoke to another Turkish person today. I'm Chip. I'm from Romania, but I live here in the Netherlands. I'm an animal rights activist. And the reason why we're here is because you see there's this motion put in place by the government, and they're saying there's so many animals in shelters, like cats and dogs, and
they don't have any use for them. So the government wants to pass a law where we can kill these animals and eat them. How would you feel about that?
Eat them?
Yeah, like the cats and the dogs.
No.
It's very violent.
I mean, they would otherwise be killed and just buried, right? So because they're
They're
in
killing
shelter.
and eating.
Yeah. Well, these animals are in shelters, right? They're animals who would have no home.
We just have a law like that. They are killing the street animals, so we are really
Yeah.
against it.
So might as well eat them, right?
And eating is it's very wild.
What is eating animals wild? What do you mean?
I mean, like cat or all animals are kind of same actually, but cats
I
and
love how you
dogs,
stopped in the middle. Yeah.
I don't know.
Is it weird to eat cats and dogs?
Yes, very weird.
Yeah, it's weird, yeah, because it's not normal, right? So it's different. But is there any difference between eating a cat and a dog versus eating any other animal,
No.
right? Do you think that a dog feels differently when you put a knife to their throat versus a cow or a pig?
No, but we're eating in the same way.
We are eating these animals, aren't
Yes.
we? Yeah. Do you think like all this government thing, by the way, is just a thing we start a conversation with. It's not true, but we wanna get to this idea that we think it's wrong to do this to dogs and cats, but it's okay to do it to cows, chickens, and pigs. Huh? What do you
What do you-
think? Is it okay?
Really making sense.
I don't know. Are you violent? Are you violent?
No.
Me neither. I'm a pacifist person. Do you think we can be peaceful if we choose to pay for violence that is not necessary for us? Like, we can be healthy without eating animals, right? Or animal products. So then when we choose to eat these products, somebody has to be violent towards an animal so that we can get those products, right?
Yeah.
So we're essentially paying for somebody to be violent towards an innocent animal.
You're right.
Yeah. How do you feel about that?
How I we feel about that? You talk.
I understand it's difficult, right? Because we were all in the situation, and I guess you're on, you're live on a channel you don't know, and it's kind of difficult to express. But like, hey, we were all in that position, so it's okay to express ideas or anything how you feel if you want to say something.
I understand the logic, but we are eating anyway. But it's not that good. I'm not going to zoo or anything like
Yeah.
this. I'm against it too. But like it's general culture, Kobo or something. It's just we need to get rid of that.
Yeah, we need to get rid of that. You're right. How do you
And
think?
we used to eat animals. It's our nature,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's very wild.
Yeah, we used to do a lot of stuff, didn't you? Wouldn't you say we did a lot of stuff that were in our nature, like slavery, like not everybody having equal rights in a society, like women didn't have rights, right, for a long
Yes.
time.
It needs to change.
Yeah, all of it needs to change, right? We need to treat everybody with the respect that they deserve, right?
Yes.
Do you think animals deserve to be treated with respect?
Yeah. You said respect?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought you said yes. Don't worry, I thought you said yes. It's okay. Sometimes there is this language barrier, but I understand what you mean. Yeah, so do you think that you as individuals can make changes to treat animals with respect? Like, it doesn't matter what happened in the past. I'm not here to judge. I was part of it. But going forward in the future, do you think you can make changes and respect animals?
Maybe I'm not sure. Sence olur
It's
mu?
very hard.
It's very hard. What do you find hard about it? Like, if you were to name something hard, what is it? What's hard about it?
I don't know. Everyone eats animals. It's very hard to change, I guess.
I personally don't, but like, and there's a lot of people who don't also, but I mean, I can see why it seems hard, but if you think about it, it's,
Then you're vegan.
yeah, I'm vegan, yeah.
How long?
4 years. Yeah. Yeah, it can seem hard to change, but like any change in life seems hard, right? Like, I want to start the gym, it can seem hard, right? Like, oh, I gotta go do all that, lift
How
all
did
that
you
weight.
start being vegan?
Well, I learned about what the dairy industry does to cows. Do you know what the dairy industry does to cows? That's what made me vegan. Do you know why cows produce milk? Let's just go through it to be sure that we're on the same page, because some people have an idea and they all don't always know what we mean. But why do they produce milk? Like, why does biologically a cow produce milk? Like, let's imagine if you were to produce milk, why would that happen biologically?
I didn't understand that much.
So if a woman were to produce milk, a human woman would to produce milk, when does that happen? When does a human woman produce milk?
When she gave birth.
Exactly. It's the same reason a cow gives milk, because they
They're
give
doing
birth.
it all the time.
Yeah,
No
they
real
give birth to a
lifetime or
baby.
something.
Yeah, yeah. So do you think they get pregnant when they want to, or do you think farmers impregnate them?
Farmers.
That's true. That's one thing, right? And personally, I think that is already extremely bad. Like that's already a start where we saying I'm going to impregnate you because I want to get something out of it is already bad. But let's go on, because when the baby is born, they get separated from their mothers. Do you know why they do that?
Before get rid of the think of maybe babiness or something.
Say it again.
Maybe they get rid of like little. How can I say it? 1 minute.
Ne?
Belki de o bebeklik algılarından çıkmaları içindir. Sütü görmeyince kesilecekler ya. Kurtulmak için. Maybe like they're doing it because they're. Are you talking about their being separate, like mama and the kid, right?
Yeah, the kid is taken away from their mother.
So can be because of maybe they can be treated like grown up.
Well, no, it's because
know if it's affect or not.
that's an interesting thing. And nobody's said that so far, but that's an interesting thing that you have. No, it's because if they stay with their mother, they drink the milk, and you know, we say we gotta use the milk, so we take the baby away, we milk the cows. Sometimes we feed some of the milk back to the baby, but a lot of the times we just give them formula, and the farmers sell the milk to consumption. The baby. If the baby is born male, they don't produce milk. What do you think happens to them? They don't make milk, right? But males cannot make milk.
Are they cutting them?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they're killing them. That's where veal comes from.
When they were babies.
Yeah, they usually kill them at a young age. Sometimes they grow them up to a year or two and then they kill them. But the cows that are bred for dairy, the cows that are bred for milk, are different than the cows that are bred for meat. They're a different species. They're a different breed. So the cows that are bred for meat, they're a breed that grows fast and grows a lot of meat. But the cows that are bred for dairy, they just grow a lot of milk. So if they're born male, they're not going to make that much meat. So it might be a little bit more expensive to keep them alive, to feed them. So they just kill them directly. In Netherlands, in a lot of farms, an undercover investigation showed that they wouldn't even kill them, but they would let them starve to death. So that's even worse if you ask me. That happens to the males. The females, every year, so they stay separated from their mother, and every year when they reach maturity, when they can get pregnant, the farmer impregnates them, and they go through the same cycle as their mothers. Impregnation, babies taken away from them, and then just exploited as for their milk. And they do this every single year, so that they produce every single year they produce milk. And at the age of 8 years old, depends on the farm, depends on the cow, 6 or 8 years old, they kill them also. The cows can live 24 years. Do you know why they kill them at that age?
No.
Because they can't get them pregnant. So nobody was made to be impregnated 6 or 8 times in their lifetime. A cow would get pregnant maybe 3 times in their whole lifetime by will, right? But they're forcefully impregnated every single year repeatedly, and after a while they call them spent cows. Sometimes they can't even walk because they're so their body just gives away from all this pregnancy and repeated exploitation, and they have to use a crane or something. But yeah, most of the times they just send them to slaughter at that age, and they turn them into meat, because that's where hamburgers come from, by the way. So hamburgers are not made from the meat cows, they're made usually from the dairy cows, because they can grind up the meat and they can add some spices into it and it tastes whatever better. So this is why I became vegan, because I thought I cannot possibly sleep at night knowing that I'm paying for this to happen, and I have the option not to, right? Like, it's not
Yes,
like
you're right.
there's so many injustices in the world, and it can seem like overwhelming, but this one specifically, I can just choose to not be part of it. It's so easy for me. I can just go into the supermarket, instead of picking up this product, I pick up this other product. Instead of milk, I get oat milk or almond milk or whatever. Instead of cheese, I can buy plant-based cheese or not buy cheese at all. Instead of meat, I can buy plant-based meat, tofu, or not at all. I have so many options today that I cannot possibly say that my convenience or my taste is worth more than their life. So how do you feel about hearing all of this? I'm sure, like, I don't know if you knew about this, but this is standard practice. It happens I saw it in Romania in my grandmother's backyard. So it happens almost everywhere. So how do you feel hearing about this?
But I'm kind of thinking like a year being not vegan but vegetarian. So I'm kind of thinking.
But you see why vegetarian is not enough, right? Because what I just described was for milk and dairy.
Yes.
Yeah.
But for starters, like.
Yeah. Yeah, I understand what you mean for starters. It can seem like, oh, it's an easier choice, but in reality, you know what? Change is like, because you're just gonna have this area where you're like already making a change in your life. You're already kind of messing things up a little bit in your head, making changes, and then you realize that, oh shit, I'm not there. So you have to make another change again.
More better.
As a vegetarian.
Yes.
Yeah, it feels better for you, but for the animals, it's kind of the same, isn't it? Like from their perspective, right?
You're right.
Yeah. It's. I don't like telling this to people because I understand the pleasure, the experience, the culture, the tradition that people have with food, the connection that people have with food. But this isn't about food. This is about, innocent animals. This is about beings who feel, who have emotions, who think. And I just don't think it's fair to treat them this way when we can have other choices and we can adapt all of this. We can make better food, we can make better traditions, and we can make better, I don't know, like it can become convenient. You just have to find that way that works for you. For everybody's different. Because for me, it's different than what it is for David. He's from Canada. He came visiting me to here in Amsterdam, and he eats totally different than I do. And for me, it's convenient how I eat. For him, it's convenient how he eats. So everybody's a little bit different. But if you find your way, you realize that it's so easy to be vegan. It's just so easy.
What most other people say, when talking to them?
Oh, the other Turkish person, the other Turkish guy, or
what did he say?
So there was a Turkish guy here who was a student here in Amsterdam. He was, I'll kid you not, like he was one of the most intelligent people I've ever spoken to, like the most open-minded person. Like he just also said I didn't know about this kind of stuff. He just instantly changed his mind, and he said he's gonna try. That's what he said. So it's the best we can hope, from people that they can try. But I don't want you to make a commitment right here and now because I'm a stranger to you. But I want one thing from you, and I'm gonna give you 2 cards. I just want you to look more into it. Can we promise me you'll do that?
Of course.
Yeah. So let's do this. There's 2 documentaries here. One is called Dominion, and the other is called The Most Important Speech You'll Ever Hear.
Okay.
Well, this is a video and this is a documentary. They both appear if you scan this QR code. They both appear on top. Can you promise me you'll watch one of these 2? And let's do this. Just a small commitment as a sign of good faith. Until you watch them, don't consume any animal products. Try to find a vegan meal or something. You can do that.
Yes,
okay?
we will.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for having this conversation with me. You have my YouTube channel also there. So if you have questions or anything, you can shoot me up on Instagram or anything, okay? I appreciate you. Have a good one.
Have a nice day.
Bye, you too. It was a good conversation, yeah. Eat rice, not mice. If somebody's really stretching the concept of rhyme, yeah. David is having a conversation over here. I'm not gonna bother him.
Yeah. Can I get a card?
Yeah.
No.
Somebody says gay. Takumi Furukawa. Brother, what's so bad about being gay? It's beautiful to be gay. It's beautiful to be gay, non-gay, straight, bi. Hell, whatever sexual inclination you have, whether it is a choice or not, as long as there's consent, it's all beautiful, brother. Because there's consent. It's all beautiful. That's all it is. Sexual inclinations, consensual sexual inclinations are beautiful, though they don't matter. That's all it is. Chip, does it extend to insects? Obviously, we shouldn't be exploiting insects. Insects also deserve to live, don't they? That's all I'm saying. They all deserve to live. We can choose otherwise. I think like choosing insects sounds like such a going out of your way type of situation when you can get all your protein and everything you need. Or trans. Like, Jigger is right, but trans is a gender thing, isn't a sexuality thing, is it?
Talk to me.
How was the conversation with her friend?
Yeah, it was good. Her best friend is vegan actually.
Oh, nice.
And so she, we went through everything. We went through ethics. She talked about halal. She did push back a little bit, but I think at the end, I think she was very much more convinced than what she started with. So
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
These girls, I told them about the dairy industry. They didn't know about it, so.
Oh yeah. Hello.
Talk about.
Oh, animals. You want to have a conversation with us?
Do you want to talk about animals?
Yeah.
I
You want
have
to
a
come here
lot.
so that you are you okay being live on YouTube?
I have capybaras.
You have capybaras?
Yes.
How do you feel about capybaras?
I'm the most amazing animal.
What's your name, by the way? I'm Chip.
My name is Valeria.
Valeria.
Nice to meet you.
I'm David.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
So you like capybaras?
Yes, I love animals, but especially capybaras. I have in my
capybaras.
place.
Okay. Do you think animals deserve respect from us?
Of course.
Of course.
They have feelings like us.
Exactly. Do you think that we should exploit animals?
Explode,
Exploit.
exploit.
Yeah. That means being unfair towards them. Do you think we should be unfair?
no, they
towards
should be treated like us.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So do you think that maybe there are certain
I mean,
animals?
we all are in the same world. We are
Yeah.
part of the same
Yeah.
place, so we should share it together and make it nice. Without animals, nothing exists. Even bees. Bees are very important.
Exactly.
Yes.
Do you think that there are certain animals that we a lot of the times forget, like cows, chickens, and pigs, that we actually pay for them to be treated unfairly, also that we can get a product that we don't actually need?
Yes. Also, that's because of culture, because in
Yeah.
some places they eat dogs, and we think, oh, that's horrible. They are eating dogs, but with chicken and with pigs. Pigs are very intelligent. They can think like kids for like 4 years. So sorry, my English. I
You're
speak
doing
Spanish.
great. You're doing great. You're
I'm,
doing great.
I'm
Yeah.
from Uruguay.
Yeah.
I speak Spanish. Uruguay, yes,
Uruguay,
South
yeah.
America.
Nice, nice.
Yes.
Are you vegan yourself?
No, I'm kind of vegetarian, not vegan. But
Yeah.
I always try to eat vegan things or vegetarian things. Yes.
Yeah. But so when you say vegetarian, I'm assuming you consume some dairy products?
Somewhat?
Dairy products, like milk, like cheese?
Yes. Also for my health, I can't eat that because I have a problem in my stomach, and
Oh.
I can't eat milk or other.
Oh, so you don't consume dairy products?
No.
So
because
what do you eat when you say vegetarian? Do you eat like eggs?
eggs I eat, yes.
So eggs.
I also
fish?
have chickens in my country because I live in a farm, and I also have my own chicken. They are free, and we consume only the eggs, not the chickens.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So you only eat eggs from your farm? You don't eat eggs outside of that?
No, I'm traveling, so I don't have another choice now. But
You have the choice to be vegan, huh?
yes, that's true.
Yeah, yeah. Let's put it this way. Do you think that when you buy an animal product, when you buy it specifically, do you think you're paying for an animal to be treated unfairly?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
And do you think that would that be respectful towards animals?
Not only when we eat them, also how we treat them, because some places where they use it like transport, like elephants, like monkeys, they play with them. I'm going to go to Thailand in October, and I'm a bit scared about what can I see there, about how they treat animals,
They enslave monkeys to get coconuts.
Yes.
Yeah, the Thai monkeys. It's really horrible what they do to the monkeys.
Yes, also with the elephants. I'm trying to go to a place where women take care of elephants that were in zoos and other places, and you can see them, but you can't touch them, you can't do anything. Only see them.
Yeah.
And also you can be like part of the place. You can clean the
Yeah, like a
things.
sanctuary.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a volunteer. I'm going to do that. Yes.
Yeah, I went to a orangutan sanctuary.
I never think about that. I only think
Yes.
about elephants. Yes.
Yeah, it was in close to Indonesia and Malaysia, and same thing, right? You stay back,
Yes.
and you're observing, but it's unfortunate because we've encroached on their land, the palm oil trees.
Yes, of course.
So many of them, and orangutans might be extinct because of human
Yeah.
supremacy. I would
Yes.
say.
Also
yeah.
in my country, we have something that's not very nice with horses, because we have a lot of farms, and we work a lot with cows, and they do something with the horse that they put them like in a thing, and they beat them, and they go like this and
They
jumping
break
and
them. They
yes,
break them.
yes,
yeah.
they break. It's something called like break the soul.
Mhm.
So then you can do other
Oh,
things.
that's
Yes,
horrible.
it's horrible. Yes.
Mustangs
Sometimes
and stuff
the
like
horses died. Sorry.
Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Wow. So why are you not vegan today? Like, what is keeping you right now from being vegan?
I
Because you
don't-
seem like a compassionate person.
Yes.
Seems like it's right there
Yeah.
inside of you.
Yes. I don't know. I just don't. I think it's something that a lot of people say that I don't like to cook, so I eat whatever is in there. And in my country, also being vegan, if you buy the food and don't do it yourself, it's very, very expensive. Like vegan cheese from regular cheese is like 4 or 5
You can
times.
make your own though. I mean, it might take a little process, but if you
Yes.
think about the life,
Yes, of course.
Because the chickens, right? You know what they go through, the experience
Yes, of
they
course
go
I know
through.
because I also.
Because
Yes.
a lot of them, they don't have the veterinary care.
Yes.
And also, it's just the view that they're here for us,
Yes.
right? And like you said,
No.
there's like the zoos, the elephants, and stuff like
Yes.
that. I think today's the day you really got to think about
Yes, of
maybe
course.
changing.
Yes, I'm doing like a process from vegetarian, maybe vegan. I'm gonna try. I have a lot of friends who are
Vegan today. Vegan.
Yeah,
it has
vegan
to
today.
Be. It has
Okay,
to
okay.
be. Yeah.
But by the way, being vegan is not a diet, okay?
No, no, of
vegan
course.
is for the animals. It means respecting animals.
Yes, of course.
And it sounds like your values are right there. You respect animals,
Yes.
you like them. But it's a bit hypocritical, and I hope
Yes.
you understand when you buy an animal product, then because you know that behind that there's an animal who
Yes.
suffered for it,
Yes, of
right?
course.
So you can choose otherwise. That wouldn't be respectful. Like imagine me, I say I respect women, but then I go around slapping women's asses,
Yes,
right?
of course.
That would be hypocritical
Yes.
of me to say that.
Yes,
So
that's true.
So it's the only way for us to truly respect animals is to be vegan. You
Yes.
know? And veganism applies to food, right? Applies as we talked now with diet, but it also applies to clothing, entertainment.
Yes.
Like in entertainment, you already say
Yes.
like it's insane.
Yes.
Clothing, it's also insane. It's also cosmetics. Like how do you feel about testing on animals?
Yes, that's horrible. I
It's
try to
horrible.
use some product that they have the bunny, I also work for a brand with fashion, like for hair care,
Products, yeah.
hair care that is vegan. Yes, it's called 3M. I don't know if you know them,
Okay.
but they are vegan. Yes.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
So it seems like in all other areas except for this one for food.
Yes.
And for food, I'm guessing it's because of a bit of convenience, right, and knowing how to do it.
Yes, I'm horrible cooking. I don't have the time. It's laziness more
It's
of
laziness.
Yes.
Yeah. But what would you say matters more?
Laziness and also economy, because as I said, in my country it's very expensive. If I don't cook it, if I have to buy it,
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I don't know
I
specifically.
respect that it's good. That is the price,
Yeah.
of, because it takes time to do the vegan things, and the products are also more expensive and are more equally bad. Yes.
I don't know how it is in Uruguay. I don't
I
know
have
anything.
I have
about-
friends over there.
Yes?
I have friends in South America, and a lot of them are vegan. Most
Yes.
of all of the friends that I have are
Yes.
vegan. Down in South America, São Paulo, a few in Brazil, one's in Bolivia. I have some in Lima.
Yes.
So many different places, and
We have some restaurants, some vegan restaurants in
Yeah.
Europe, but not many, maybe
Yeah,
2 or 3. Some
Yeah.
offer some vegan stuff or vegetarian, but in my culture, meat is very important, in Uruguay.
It's the same
Yes.
with my culture.
Yes.
It's same everywhere. Yeah.
Yes.
Everybody thinks their culture is full
Yes.
of animal product, but reality is everywhere. It's the
Yes.
same. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like you, because I just want to nail this down pretty clearly. What is more important to you? This convenience, the price, or all of these things, or what an animal goes through?
No, of course an animal goes through. Also, when
Yeah.
I go to the supermarket and I see all the meat, there, and the smell of food is very horrible.
Yeah.
And in Christmas, in my country, we also I don't
terrible.
eat I don't eat pig, but
They cut
they
the
put the
pig.
pig,
They do the pig.
with the hands, with the face,
Yeah,
with
I know,
everything.
yeah.
And I have sheep in my house that are pets from us. We have 2. And one day before Christmas, somebody stole our sheep to
wow.
eat her. We tried to follow them, we do everything, but we couldn't find her.
That's so
yes,
awful. I'm
it
sorry
was
to hear
horrible.
that. Sorry to
I
hear
wish
that.
they die eating my sheep. Because it was so sad. We have her like she was a baby,
Oh my
and she was inside of
gosh,
my
I can't
house.
imagine.
I have the video of the person doing like this with my sheep and going.
Jesus.
Yes.
Some people
I
are
have a lot
horrible.
of stories with
I
animals.
bet, yeah. I know it's different down in
Yes.
South America for sure. I think Chip was just trying to get to the idea that, as of today, maybe today's the best choice to
Yes.
live vegan and just not look at it as a diet, not look at it
No.
as an inconvenience.
Also, I have been visiting another countries. I went to Berlin and
Yeah.
I want to try the salchicha, the Frankfurt.
Yeah,
Frankfurter,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I eat vegetarian, the vegan
Vegan,
one.
yeah.
And also here they told me an Uruguayan guy has a hot dog place, and they also have vegan, and I'm going to
Yeah.
go for that.
Good,
Yes.
Yeah.
good. Yeah, and we can, like Chip said, we can help you with the food aspect of it. Maybe you have a meal plan and stuff like that. Also, we probably can connect you with some people down there as well.
Okay, perfect.
Where you live.
So if you scan this QR code,
Okay.
there's a thing there called the Challenge 22,
Uh-huh.
and they hook you up with a nutritionist. They send you recipes every day.
Oh, that's
And they
nice.
help you go vegan for free. But they may also help you like adapt according to your lifestyle,
Yes.
right? So if it's difficult for you to cook, they can help you say, well, maybe just get an air fryer or put
Okay.
this. Like they can try to help you out also in that
I'm going to
situation.
share this with my community because I
That's
work with
good.
social media.
I like that.
Yes, I'm
That's
an
nice.
influencer in my country.
Oh, are
so,
you?
yes.
Nice.
So-
we'll connect on Instagram too.
Okay,
maybe.
my
Just in a
Instagram.
moment.
I can show you my Instagram then.
Yeah, we'll do that in a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So that's great, and I appreciate that you're appreciating animals.
Yes,
and,
I'm always in my
uh,
social media also sharing my animals.
Sure,
So
sure.
people
If you-
can
if
see
you want
the
to-
feelings they have, how you go, oh, people
Thank
get,
you.
oh, you have a capybara, I didn't know that you can pet a capybara on. Yes, they are very nice, they are cute, they don't do anything like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to teach people, also kids that go to my farm, to be kind with animals and everything.
Yeah,
Yes.
So a sanctuary.
Yes, kind of, yes.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
You could follow too.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll connect. Yeah. I
I'm
think
gonna show you
that's-
this. You still alive?
Yeah, we're
Alive.
still live. We're
Okay.
still live. But thank you so much
Okay.
for stopping in. And
Yeah. I just wanted to ask you this one last question. How
Yes.
many more animals from now on should be exploited or treated unfairly for you from now on?
How many what?
More animals.
If they have to be more animals.
How many more animals or how many animals should be treated unfairly from now on, starting today from
I
forward?
hopefully not animals. Yeah.
Hopefully not. Yeah.
great.
That's what we want. That would mean going
Look.
vegan.
Oh yeah.
This is the capybara.
Oh,
And this
that's
is
so
a
cute.
wild pig that we have also.
Aww.
And I have a video here with all the capybaras. Let me see. I have this. We have many animals in my house. This is the sheep that the people stole from us.
That's so sad.
Yes. Look. They live very free. Sorry, this is the capybaras.
Wow.
They are the most beautiful.
They're very cute, yeah.
Just hanging out.
This
There's
is
so
my
many
mom.
of them. Okay, cool.
Yes, I'm gonna show you my Bali bonnet.
Hey Leon, nice to see you here.
This is me.
Cycle of life.
This the
It is not
animals.
a cycle of life, brother. It's the cycle of murder. Animals eat animals, right? And you believe that we are some kind of animal, just a little smarter. So we climb the food chain to the top. Ibrahim Shalan, oh my God, all this is nonsense. We are animals, but does not justify morally. Hi, cheers, have a good one. This whole idea we are animals, oh God. She was a nice person. I feel like I wanted to challenge her a little bit also on this idea of pets, but she seems like she cares about
Yeah, I
animals,
think
and
that
that's rather.
it could be a language thing too.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
With pets and companions.
Yeah.
The language part. Hey,
Yeah.
Leon, how are you doing?
Oh, I think I'm kind of done.
What? I thought we were doing 24 hours until we go to the.
No, hell no.
No?
No. We can try to do one more conversation. Let's see. Let's say 10 more minutes, and if we get a conversation. B12 deficiency, none of that here, brother. I was B12 deficient when I was consuming animal products. I had to do injections in my butt because I was B12 deficient while consuming animal products. Don't think that if you're consuming animal products, you're already safe with B12. B12 comes from a bacteria on the ground. The ground is kind of messed up, man. So farmers, they have to feed B12. If you're going to buy biological products, like I did, I thought they're healthier. A lot of them skip on the giving B12 to the animals. And then you end up in the situation where you don't get enough B12. So don't be like that. Don't end up in the situation where you'll be B12 deficient.
Yes, smash that. Yes, see, Peg
Like.
says 24 hours. Yes, let's go.
Smash that like, subscribe if you're liking what you're hearing.
Yes,
please.
there we go. Smash it
Yeah.
to all your friends.
Yeah.
Hit that notification bell.
David is the 40-year-old vegan.
I'm the 40-year-old
You
vegan.
can see in the last status that I posted. If you want to follow him, he does a great job, as you saw. He's a
Might
great
have to change
activist.
the name at some point. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
For
time.
everything else, it's pretty simple. Like there's no need for overly explaining. Simple. If you can choose to not exploit an innocent animal, why would you ever choose to exploit an innocent animal?
Eat
You
roots,
can
not
find all
fruits.
sorts of justifications to try and make it logical, or try and make it seem logical in your head. But at the end of the day, you are faced with this choice. You can either exploit an animal, or you can choose to not exploit an
Choose
animal.
kindness. Come on.
Choose fairness, I would
It's
say.
easy.
Kindness, fairness.
People want to make it such a big deal. It's actually pretty simple.
Yeah, like imagine this. Imagine if you think about the movie Avatar, which a lot of you have seen,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
In the movie Avatar, which person would you be, do you think? Because in the movie Avatar, they're displacing the Navis so that they can get a resource from the ground, don't they? Well, you know who you would be? You would be the person killing the Navis because you like the taste of their flesh.
Eat
You would be
broth,
the
not
person not
frog.
disregarding them completely. Do you really think you're the good person when you take into consideration the experience of the animals? Not if you're exploiting them. And I'm not
Oh,
trying here
wait,
to judge you.
Wade's coping.
I'm telling you because you can change. You can be the good person. We were all shitty to animals, but we changed. Come on.
Wade,
Stop it with this nonsense.
You've been
It's
around
about
long
them.
enough. You know all the arguments.
Yeah.
When are you going to put on your big boy pants and stop exploiting animals, huh? Is it the milk? I'll send you a sucky, dude. I'll buy you a pacifier. Even a blankie. Come on, man.
Just saying. Don't be the bad person. Be the hero of the situation. Be the person who actually behaves fair towards everybody. Do you two kiss? We don't. No. No, we're friends.
Why do you want us to kiss? That's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
This
I mean,
is-
it's not
this is
weird
about-
if you're into watching guys kiss.
No,
that's
but
okay.
it's
Some
like
people
you're
like
on a
that.
live stream for the animals and you want us to kiss? I'm not here for your fetishing, bro.
Yeah.
I'm here for the animals.
Yeah. We have a position where we say slavery, exploitation is wrong. What do you think? Is it wrong? Let's not pay for animals to be enslaved, no? Acting like he's B12 deficiency on meat.
Go subscribe to the 40-year-old vegan or else. Or else. That's
Would you feed a pet cat a vegan diet? So with cats, it's a little bit more difficult because they're obligate carnivores, but we do have food, right? We have empirical evidence. We have evidence-driven food that can help them thrive.
Luke,
I would try to feed them that, of course, right?
Luke, would
that's
you
what I
go
would
to a
do.
grocery store and not exploit animals rather than exploit them? Instead of asking these biased questions that you want to just use to double down your desire to exploit animals? How about just leaving animals alone, bro? Put on those big boy pants. You can do it.
You heard, David. I tried vegan many times, bruh. I don't think you tried vegan. Veganism isn't a try.
vegan.
Yeah, you either have the moral principle that it's wrong to exploit innocent animals, or you don't. It's pretty
Go to
simple.
Challenge 22, then,
Yeah.
bro.
If you're having issues when adopting a plant-based diet, then that's okay. You can try Challenge 22,
We
as
can
David
fix
says.
that for you.
Yeah. Be true to yourself. If you really want to be vegan, if you really find it wrong, but you don't know how to do it the right way. Go with a certified nutritionist. It's free. You go to Challenge 22, they hook you up with a nutritionist, and it's all for free. Eggs aren't animals, says Muffin Man. Yeah, Muffin Man, eggs aren't animals. But the animals that make the eggs are animals. They're sentient beings. The animals that
coming
make
in.
the eggs are treated like objects. Hey, you want to try a social experiment?
You coming in?
Completely ignoring us.
Thought she was looking right at
It's about being healthy, though. Meat-based protein is superior. Uncle Joey, it is not. Would you say that? Like, look at me. Look at me, man. I get so much protein. You can get so much protein on a plant-based diet. It's superior. That's bullshit.
these
That's
guns.
nonsense.
Look at these
Yeah.
guns.
Yeah, that's all nonsense.
Look at those guns. I go like
Superior.
this.
It's not.
I'll show you. I'll show you the guns I have, guys. Look at this. Look at that. You just gotta Push that up there. Look at that. That's what you get from going plant-based. Think about it. Check out these guns, hon.
Muffin Man says steroids. Brother.
Thank
if
you. I'm on steroids. Thank you.
If you think this is steroids, then you don't know what steroids is, but that's okay. But science says it is, says Uncle Joey.
Uh-oh.
Uncle Joey, at the end of the day, you gotta ask yourself what kind of person are
Uncle
you. If science said that exploiting dogs or eating human flesh is superior, would you eat that? I don't get that. That's ridiculous. Like it doesn't even matter. Like first of all, this whole bullshit of absorption rate of animal products, which we had a person talking about, means nothing. The absorption rate is only affected by other nutrients available within your diet. So perhaps if you'll only be eating animal products only, then the absorption rate will be high. But if you eat plant-based products alongside, like you would be putting some potatoes, maybe some, like how normal people eat, then the absorption rate would be the same. It doesn't matter.
Here for you.
Hi. How old are you?
Mom here?
I'm 15. That's
Mom.
15. Are you okay being live on YouTube?
on YouTube?
Yeah.
Sure.
Is your mom okay? Is he okay being live on YouTube? Okay, because we need some informed consent. What's your name?
I'm Nathan.
Nathan, I'm Chip. Where are you from, Nathan?
I'm from Zutphen, Gelderland.
Oh, nice. So Nathan, we're animal rights activists. We fight for animals. How do you feel about animals?
I have a dog myself. I like animals, but even though I eat meat and I eat everything, but I don't necessarily think animals should be abused or anything like that.
Do you think in the production of meat, animals are abused?
I think some are, and we try to usually buy meat that's like a little higher grade, but
is killing an animal not abusive?
I mean, we've been doing it for thousands of years,
That's not what I asked, though. Is it abusive?
I feel like taking a life is kind of abuse,
Yeah. So can you eat meat without abuse then?
No, not really.
No, not really. Yeah.
But I feel like you can eat meat with the least possible of abuse, So like their entire life is good, they are treated well, and then when they are a certain age, and then they get killed, and that's the only abuse they have.
Yeah, when they're at 20% of their lifespan, we kill them.
Okay, sure.
Less than that.
Yeah.
Like take for instance, chickens can live 10 years old. At what age do you think chickens are killed at?
1 year?
42 days.
Wow.
Yeah, babies, huh?
Yeah.
Do you think we need to consume any animal products?
Like, you have certain vitamins and stuff that you need to take from animal products, like milk, eggs, or meat, or anything.
You can't get them from other sources?
Like natural sources, not right.
What vitamins are those?
Vitamin B12 and omega 2 or 3, I don't know.
Yeah, so omega-3 you can get them from natural sources, chia seeds, flax seeds, all of these. But vitamin B12, why do you think you get it as a natural source from animals?
I don't know.
It's not. Animals are fed B12.
Really?
Yeah, because B12 normally comes from a bacteria that's on the ground. But as we've been doing intensive agriculture, we messed up that bacteria. So now animals have to be fed a supplement so that they can produce B12 so that you can eat.
But then if we don't eat animal meat, do we have to eat the same supplement?
Well, no, but you get the second-hand supplement when you eat meat, don't you?
Okay. But then what would you need to eat the supplement?
Well, you
get
can eat
B12?
fortified foods that they have B12 fortified in them. Nowadays, even some animal products have fortified B12 in them because of the same reason.
Yeah.
But you can also just take a B12 supplement and that's it.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, well. But I think it's partially also to do with the taste. I really like the taste of meat, and I always kind of think like sometimes like lamb chops. I find it kind of sad, it's like a little baby sheep. But then at the end, like I also think about like it's something normalized, and it's something we do so long and such a long time. We've always been farming animals, and I feel like if you can minimize the abuse, have the animal live a long and happy life, and then at the end, I understand that farmers also need to be able to support their animals by being able to buy them food buy them the proper care, you know, because farmers need to be able to take care of the animal, and they only can do that if they can sell the meat, the milk, or the other products, you know.
Or
what I
if they
mean?
don't farm them at all.
But then where would the animals be? There would be no farm animals. 'Cause
Yeah,
the
there would be
farm
no
ani-
farm animals.
But the farm animals would be extinct, so you're kind of extinct.
No, they wouldn't be extinct. We could keep them in sanctuaries. We don't need to kill animals in order to not kill them. Isn't that a bit, don't you find it a bit weird to say we gotta kill animals in order for them to not be extinct?
I know it's weird, but still, like a chicken, it wouldn't be able to survive in the wild. You know?
I'm not saying survive in the wild. We can keep them in sanctuaries if that's what you're going for.
Yeah.
We don't have to treat them like objects. We don't have to bring them to life only to kill them, do we?
We don't need to, but it's more of like a want, and we can now, you know?
So do you think we should be allowed to do everything we want, even though that is violent or it exploits sentient beings? Like, take for instance, if I want to eat dogs, do you think I should be allowed to kill and eat dogs?
No.
No? So what's the difference between a dog and a pig that justifies the difference in view?
Because it's socially accepted, and usually pigs, they are also genetically created and modified to be able for us to eat. You know?
But socially accepted just means everybody says it's okay.
Yeah, exactly.
So you just listen to what everybody says.
Yeah.
You don't think for yourself.
No, I think for myself, but I mean, like, socially acceptable is like, what would, let's say, if we live in a different world where they would feel like cutting a vegetable would be vegetable abuse, and that wouldn't be
Vegetables
socially
are not
accept-
individuals.
Yeah, but let's say some in a world they believe that is the fact.
It would still make sense then to be vegan. Do you know why?
Well, why?
Because animals are fed more vegetables. So in the process, you would be killing less vegetables.
Okay, then still, no, it's because it's socially acceptable. If it wouldn't socially be acceptable to eat vegetables, we wouldn't be eating vegetables. That's
Sure.
the same reason why we be eating meat right now, you know?
So let me ask you, 200 years ago,
Yeah.
if you were born in a time when it was socially acceptable to have slaves,
Yeah,
do you think you would have been a slave owner?
possibly.
Possibly.
You know?
So you don't think slavery was necessarily bad because it was socially acceptable?
No, now because we have a different ideology of slavery, we feel like it's bad. But back then, you had some people that they found it really bad, but the idea of a slave.
But
and
you wouldn't
that's
have been one
kind
of those people who found it bad.
No, because everybody would find that it's normal, you know.
Yeah, yeah. And do you want to be this person who just follows what everybody else does? Or do you want to be somebody who thinks for themselves?
I'd like to be somebody who thinks for themselves, but can also have like an easier life. You know what I mean?
You can have an easy life without exploiting innocent animals, huh? Like, why is it wrong to kill a dog?
Because it's a smarter being than,
A
let's say,
pig is smarter
chicken.
than a dog.
Well, then a dog is not smarter than it. No, a chicken is not smarter than a dog.
So do you really want to judge individuals whether to kill them or not based on intelligence?
If they don't have like consciousness of what is being
They have
done to
consciousness.
them, yeah, they have consciousness. But like, let's say a chicken wouldn't know that's being mistreated when it's being brought to a factory or something and being put together like herds. You know what I mean? Because like a human or
They
a
would
dog
know
would
just
feel
as much
sad
as-
or something, but chicken wouldn't necessarily feel sad. It would
Well,
be
they would
thinking-
know as much as a dog would. So that's not the reason why it would be. Why is it wrong to kill a dog then?
because it's socially unacceptable.
Because it's socially unacceptable.
Yeah.
Right. So if it becomes socially acceptable to kill dogs, then you're okay with it.
Well, I could imagine that I would be okay with it, you know? Let's say in China, people find it okay. I wouldn't personally eat dogs.
So you're just essentially a clone of what everybody says you should be. You're not your own person.
No, I am my own person.
How are
but
you your own
if-
person when you
but
say
it
you
help-
only say something is right because everybody says it's right?
Because that's like the way
Why is
you're
it
being
right?
brought up, and you listen to your parents, you listen to your elders, and if they say something is normal, then you see it as normal. We can see a bunch of
You
different
can challenge
things
those things,
in-
can't you?
of course you can, but you know it's like it's not necessarily why you do it. It's like more of like an excuse why you do it. Let's say
So it is an excuse,
In
it's
Arab,
not a-
no, it is. Let's say in Arab countries, you know, I personally don't care, don't mind, you know. In Arab countries, women find it really normal to cover their hair and cover the
You think
entire
that's
bodies.
and you think that's moral? Is that
And no,
right?
but but for them it is, you know.
But for you?
But for me, no, because
should be
I'm
for
not.
you.
But I'm not an Arab.
It doesn't
Muslim,
matter,
you know?
but it applies to the same logic that
Yeah,
you're
it's
applying.
okay.
The reason why
it's okay for me, but it's for me. Let's say I have a sister or something, you know, and I see her covering herself in her entire body, you know, and I say, why are you doing that? You have the liberty.
because
why
everybody
you're
says
not
it's okay
taking
to do it. That's why she's doing it.
But in the but if
Right.
do you then if everybody, what do you like? If everybody says it's okay to cover your hair, okay, and then you would say, yeah, well, you should think for yourself. You can do what you want, you know, and you tell that to a Muslim woman who finds that it is normal, you know, you would be called a racist. That's the same thing, basically the same thing.
It would not be racist for sure.
No, of
first.
course not. I'm not calling you a racist, you know, but I'm just saying, like, with meat, it's the same thing. When you
It's not,
when
because
you
there's
say,
a difference, isn't there? Her covering her head is
Yeah.
her taking away her own rights, and it's her own choice. Whether it is normal or not, whether I agree with it or not, it is far be it from me to judge it. But when you're paying for an animal product, when you're eating meat, it's a different individual who gets to lose their rights. It's not you. So it's not. It's if it were a comparison to be made, it would be like a man forcing a woman to do this. That was a comparison, and yes, in that situation, I would speak up regardless of their culture, because I don't give a shit about culture or what people think. I say it is wrong to force somebody to do something. If you're okay with forcing others just because others find it okay, you do you, man. But I'm a person who speaks up, and I think if something is wrong, it will always be wrong, regardless if others say it's wrong or not.
okay, I understand you, and I feel like if you simply look at the fact that they're killing animals, then that's something. But I mean, it's also the natural cycle of life. Would you say
So
it's
it's for
cruel?
dogs, yeah.
Yeah, but would you say it's cruel for the lion to kill the gazelle?
Yeah, but the lion
Yes.
doesn't have choices. You do. The lion doesn't know any better. You do. The lion is not. The lion needs to do it. You don't. So there's several arguments why you're not. You're not in
or
the same
let's say
situation.
The bear can eat vegetables. The bear can eat fruit. The bear can eat
Does
berries.
does the
but it
bear
also,
does the bear know any better?
But it also
Is the bear aware of the sentience of the other beings that he's causing? Is a bear aware of his choices like you are?
Yeah, but if you would say it's cruel to kill a chicken, then it would be cruel for a bear to kill another animal.
So then it's not cruel for me to kill dogs.
No, of course not.
It's
no,
not.
No, it is.
Wait,
because
what do you mean it is? But if a bear, I'll use the same
if
argument
let's
you're
say the
using.
bear would kill the dog, then okay, it's the bear finds it normal to kill the dog. You know what I mean? But then when
It's not about it being normal. The bear does it out of necessity. A bear will not kill an animal if they don't need to. No animal wants to
or
kill
let's say
animals.
Indians in the Amazon, they hunt to survive. Would you say that's cruelty? That's normal?
They need to do it. Do you understand the difference between need and no need?
But what if
Like if when the people who crushed in the mountains in the Andes, they ate humans, they did it out of need. I'm not going to judge them for eating humans. But if somebody right now is going to start killing and eating humans, I'm going to judge them because they're not in a situation where they need to do it. When there's necessity involved, you can justify a lot of things. But when there's no necessity involved, you can't justify killing innocent animals because you think you want to. Because I want to. It's the same. If I want to kill a dog and eat them, you said it's wrong. And the only reason why it's wrong is because others say so? No, it's not. It's not true. Morality is not derived from what others say it is. Because if that were the case, then slavery was moral, then women not having rights was moral, then women being stoned to death for being intelligent was moral, because everybody else agreed to that should happen. Everybody else found it socially acceptable. So that means that it was moral. It wasn't. They were never moral. They were just immoral things that we committed, and some people thought it was okay.
But I mean, if one thinks it's okay, one thinks it's normal, how can you as a person tell them that it's not normal, you know?
I'm not saying it's not normal. I know it's normal. But just like slavery was normal, just like other things were normal, I'm saying it's not moral. Not that it's not normal.
But then if it's not normal, or they
It's not moral.
don't need it, moral, or they don't need it, it's not out of necessity, then then what would you say to someone who's poor and can't afford all those supplements or those?
It's cheaper to be vegan.
Type of supplements and other things
It's
is,
cheaper overall to be vegan. We have studies for this.
but it's also part of a balanced diet for humans. Like let's
You
say
can
I don't-
thrive on both. We have
let's
studies
say
for
in our
both.
teeth, our teeth, they
Mhm.
are developed to eat.
They're not.
Yes, they are. Why do we have canines?
Why
we
does
have
your jaw
sharp
move left and right?
to eat plants? But why why do we have canines?
Do
Why
you think
are
you can bite
our
into? Do you think
molars
you can bite into
pointy?
raw meat with those canines? Come on,
Of course I can.
you can't.
Of course I can. I already
Doesn't matter.
tried.
And who cares about that anyway? Like if I say my fist is made to punch, does that justify me punching somebody?
It depends on the situation.
No, in a situation where somebody's innocent, like it is the same situation. That's what we're talking about, right?
Okay.
Innocent beings, who because I think because I desire something from them. It's okay for me to just take that away from them. It's okay for me to just kill them. Are you that type of person who says, well, everybody else says it's okay, therefore it's okay?
Well, it depends on what it's about, you know. Some people don't find it okay to let your
But
child,
why don't you
child-
find it okay? I'm not asking. I understand that you find this okay, but you
Yeah.
can't seem to answer the question on why, other than because others do it. Like, is there any logical reason behind it, or yet
Because-
again, I ask you, you only follow what everybody else says?
Because it's kind of tradition. We have lots of religious beliefs where, let's say, the Bible, it talks about animal sacrifices to God, how how Cain and Abel would eat.
It
lamb,
also
you
talks
know?
about selling your daughter into slavery. It talks about how you can enslave anybody else who's not from your land or who's not Israeli. But it talks about a lot of stuff. The Bible says a lot of things. Do you just take everything out of like that from the Bible, or do you read it in context?
I read it in context.
So
but in
then,
the nor-
if in context it says that you can eat animals in the Bible,
yeah.
maybe it was because back then they needed to. Why do you think right now, today, in a context where you don't need to be violent towards animals, do you think Jesus would be violent towards animals?
Yes.
You think Jesus would be
course.
violent towards defenseless
Of course,
animals?
because Jesus is God, and
Because-
God commanded.
Because that's what you imagine. This is what you imagine that Jesus would do. Really?
Sure. Wow, it's a sacrifice. Look, they're cutting
This is
the
the most
throat.
disingenuous things ever, and I don't know what you're
I-
getting out of this, but you're looking way worse when you're being disingenuous, my man.
No,
I know you're young and you
I-
think you're doing
I-
something, but you're
no,
not.
I'm not. I'm not trying to do anything. I feel like this is something. It is cruel, you know, and it is.
So Jesus would be cruel to an animal.
If God says it's normal and okay, it would, because Jesus.
Nobody
follows
cares what's
every-
normal, let's be
Yes, but
clear.
okay.
Jesus stood up against normality.
Okay, but
Jesus
then-
was the one person who came
okay,
in there and said,
becau-
all the things that you consider are normal are
Yeah.
not okay to do. So
Okay.
you're saying Jesus, a person who actually stood up towards what's normality, would actually kill an animal because it's normal? Will actually be violent towards an animal because it's normal? Would actually be cruel
No.
towards an animal because it's normal?
Let me rephrase it, okay? It would be. He would do all those things simply because God says it's okay.
Okay, so let me ask you this. If
didn't
Jesus
commit a single sin.
So
a
if
single sin,
Jesus would be violent towards an animal, what
Yeah.
would the devil do?
the same thing.
The same thing.
Sure.
That does not
But
tell you anything,
it
right?
doesn't say.
the moment
it doesn't
the
say
moment
it's
that the
a sin
devil
or
that
a
the
good thing to kill an animal.
the moment that the devil or
Yeah.
the person you worship the most
Yeah.
does the same, the person that you find is the epitome of good and kindness does the same as the person who you find as the epitome of evil and bad things to do the same thing in a situation. Don't you think that you should reevaluate your choices? Because I would say that's not the truth. Because if it were a dog, you would say would Jesus kill a dog?
I don't know.
You don't know? Would
Yeah.
you kill a dog?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't. Why not? We asked the same thing because everybody says it's normal, right?
Exactly because of that.
Yeah.
You know?
So you just do what everybody else says. You're just a follower.
No, it's to a certain.
I mean, you can't prove
to a
you can't
certain
have them both,
extent,
man. You're
you
either
know?
just a follower and you follow some violence because everybody else says it's violent and it's okay to do. You're either that, or if you think for yourself, you got to bring a reason why it's okay to do it, other than others do it, because with that reason just makes you a follower. So which is it?
With meat,
Yeah.
with eating meat.
No, with
I
any
would
of your
say
values.
there are lots of values. Let's say my class, like I think.
Why is it
half
wrong
of
to
my-
kill a human?
Half of my class, because it's immoral and
Why
it's
is it
against
immoral to kill
law.
a human?
And a
So if it
hum-
were legal, would it be okay to kill a human?
well, I don't know. Maybe out of necessity.
No
just as
necessity
you said.
involved.
Okay, then no,
Why?
because I would find that immoral.
Why?
Because a human is someone or something that you hold very close to your heart. It's the same. How can you kill a human when the same thing is a human is your mom?
So if somebody doesn't hold a human close to their heart, then it's okay for them to kill them.
No.
You said that it's wrong to kill them because you hold them close
No,
to your
because
heart.
they're the
But if
same
I don't
thing-
hold them
the
close to
same
my
thing
heart,
as
then
your
it's okay
mom,
to kill
your
them.
dad, your grandma, your uncle. It's the same thing as killing your mom or your dad, killing another human, because you're killing someone else's mom, someone else's dad.
No. This human is nobody's mom, nobody's dad. They actually don't have any family. They're just a human who's living on their own. Nobody would suffer if they die. Would it be okay to kill them?
If they were a bad human, they committed lots of murders, lots of.
No, they're an innocent
atrocities.
person.
Then I wouldn't.
What if I enjoy it?
If you enjoy killing a human,
If I enjoy their flesh, like you enjoy the flesh of an animal.
then well, if it's legal and
Yeah.
and there's no stigma around it, then well. it
Then
is
it's
what-
okay.
Then, no, I wouldn't.
Then it's
find
moral.
It, I wouldn't find it
Why?
okay. Because it's something.
If,
that I'm
as you said,
against.
everybody finds it okay,
Yeah.
right? There's no legal to stop you, but
Yeah.
you still find it wrong. Why is that?
Because I was raised that way to believe that it's not.
So yet another time because somebody told you so. You don't have any logical reason.
Because I would find it cruel.
Why?
Because it's a human. It's different.
What if they look like a human, they act like a human, but they're not of the species Homo sapiens, so they're not human?
Then I would say
It's okay.
it's okay.
Then it's okay to kill them.
Sure.
Sure, so a dog is okay to kill them. It just sounds to me like
Okay.
you see you have no logic. Every single barrier breaks down, and I don't see why you're doing this. Like what do you think you gain from
You're
this?
good in discussions, man.
Yeah, like what do you think you get from this? Like you're trying to get somewhere, like you're trying to win an argument that is unwinnable. It's not like essentially every single day you're faced with the choice to exploit an innocent animal or not. Why would you ever think that exploiting the animal is moral? Because you get pleasure from it and because others say that it's okay?
Also, because I can sustain the life of.
You can sustain life from both, man.
No, because I can support the life of the other animal in the same farm.
You don't
It
support
would
the
get-
life of any
it
other.
would get food.
Don't
it would
think
get
you're doing any
water.
favor to any animal. If you think you're doing any favor to an animal by buying an animal product, that means you're a bit delusional. I'm sorry to say that, but,
No, but
any
it's-
single animal, if you think that you are doing a favor when you're exploiting an innocent animal, you're doing a favor to other animals. You're not. That animal might have been some other animal's friend. That animal might have been some other animal's daughter, son, or mother, and yet you think it's okay to kill them because you like the taste of their flesh. Right?
Yeah. Well, I feel it's eating meat is a cultural thing. It's.
So is female genital mutilation. Are you okay with that? They cut off the clitoris of
if they
women.
don't believe, if they, I'm absolutely against it. It's absolutely horrible.
Why? It's
But it
cultural.
but it's the same thing of the Mayans doing human sacrifices.
Yeah, you're okay with culture.
Yeah, I'm okay with culture.
Yeah, so
indeed.
you're okay with female genital mutilation.
I personally am not, but I
then
am,
there's a
but I am
contradiction.
okay with them doing it.
So
No,
you're okay with them doing female genital
but
mutilation?
I wouldn't be okay with it.
Well, you just said you're okay with it.
No, I'm okay with them doing it.
Yeah,
I
you're
would-
okay with
but
them doing
the
it.
thing itself, I wouldn't be okay
Yeah,
with.
so you're okay with the fact that on this world, there's women who have their clitoris cut at birth
Yeah.
because it's cultural to do so.
If there's nothing else that they find normal or it's their culture, then well, I may find then you might say, oh, it's horrible, they deserve to die, and maybe you should.
I don't think they deserve to die. I think women
or
deserve to
they
keep their
should-
clitoris.
Okay, but then would you find, maybe you'd find it it not okay for the Mayans to do human sacrifices?
Yeah, it's not okay.
It's not okay, but what would you do about it? What would you
Like what I'm doing now, I would
you-
try to have conversations with people and explain to them that violence is not a solution. But some people like you say that because everybody else does it, then it's okay, right? So some people who have no logic or compassion, they just say, or fairness, because do you think do you think of yourself as a fair person?
I would reasonably be fair. A fair
Yeah.
person.
Do you think it's fair to cut the throat of an animal because everybody else says that you should, and because you get pleasure from it?
Well, I feel like killing an animal is kind of cruel, but it would be something that I would be able to live with.
So you're for animal cruelty because everybody else says it's okay.
Also because I find it okay, you know? I find it okay to farm animals, to do everything, you know? I feel like my mom wants to go.
Yeah.
It's nice and
We're
stuff,
going in
man.
circles. I'd like to say the conversation was nice, but it wasn't really that nice. Did you get a card?
No, but I talked a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a card, but listen, man, you gotta stop thinking. You gotta start thinking for yourself, because just doing what everybody else does will only get you in the camp of Nazis. You know, Nazis did what everybody else did at that time. They took Jews off the street, put them in concentration camp because everybody else did it, and they found it acceptable. Don't be that person, okay? Think for yourself.
Yeah.
Can you promise me you'll watch The Minion? If you scan this QR code, it appears there.
Okay, I'll watch it.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you,
Have
man.
a good
You're
one.
good in discussing, man.
Yeah, cheers. Have a good one. I don't know, everybody. It's kind of sad when you see children coming up with these excuses. Children coming up with the Bible excuses? The hell, man. This is sad to see for me. Yeah. It saddens me to see it. It saddens me a lot. And all of his excuses were because everybody else does it. It's not, you know, recently people have followed what everybody else does, as I said. Nazis, people who were Nazis, who were following the SS, were only doing it because everybody else did it. Once they bring religion into it, it's a lost cause, man. Pretty much, yeah. A lot of the times. I think I've only had maybe a handful. I think I can count on my hand the number of times that when they brought religion, it didn't close off. But most of the times it does close off. He's so entrenched in the constant messaging, yeah. Bro, man is comparing Nazis to vegan discussion. Yeah, they're very much comparable in a situation where somebody says, well, I'm gonna do it because everybody else does it. Well, I'm gonna oppress somebody because everybody else does it. Well, I get benefit from oppressing somebody, therefore it's okay to do it. I would say it's very much comparable. Okay, once David finishes it, we're also gonna finish. I'm gonna go. We gotta prepare for tomorrow. I gotta make my luggage. If you're coming to vegan camp out tomorrow, I would love to see you, by the way. Please do me a favor, less telling them how dumb they are. Try more to find his good thoughts. I never told him he's dumb. I just told him he's a follower. I never called him a dumb. I called him what he is, a follower. And I don't see a problem with calling people for what they are. If you're gonna be a follower, I'm gonna call you out on it. Because you know what? I wish somebody called me out on it. I wish somebody told me. I wish somebody told me, hey, you're just following what everybody else does. Think for yourself a little bit. I wish somebody would tell me that so that I could get there. Axel is here. Love you, Axel. Christspiracy is pretty cray. I liked Christspiracy. Didn't impress me, to be honest. It just seemed like another documentary. Yeah, he's doing it based on arbitrary traits that he deems lesser, so he feels better about exploiting others. Yeah, that's what it is. It's just, you know. Okay, so you're a follower of everybody else that's vegan. Lucas, you don't know how false that is. You don't know how false that is, because amongst us vegans, believe it or not, there is just so many things we fight about. There's just so many discussions we have. Because while we all agree on certain facts, like animal exploitation being wrong, there's certain topics where if you dive into it, we're none the same. None.
For example, I respect trans people. There's people who are vegan and don't respect trans people. I think sexuality should be left alone. You should be allowed to choose whatever you want as long as there's consent. There's people who are not like that. And they're also vegan. There's people who are religious that are vegan, and there's people who are not religious that are vegan. We are not the same, believe it or not. The only thing that comes together is animal exploitation being bad. Can you define animal exploitation? Sure, unfair usage of animals. It's pretty simple. Isn't this kind of a waste of time? People aren't going to stop eating meat, says Twisted Jedi. Twisted Jedi, you'd be surprised how many people actually do stop exploiting animals. It's not about eating meat, it's about supporting animal exploitation. You'd be surprised by how many people actually decide that they don't want to be animal exploiters, that they actually would rather respect animals rather than be violent oppressors towards them. I'm that one person. I watched other videos online and turned that way. David is that one person, and there's other people here who are the same. Why are you comparing all kind of stuff to animal exploitation? All kinds of stuff, I'm assuming you're saying. Because you know what? Oppression is comparable amongst each other. Animal oppression is comparable to human oppression. Animal oppression is comparable to all other forms of oppression. That's why I compare them. And the reason why I use these comparisons is because all of us here, all of us in this live can agree, whether we're vegan or not, we can agree that human oppression is bad. But then we divulge into two branches. Some of us are vegans and say, well, you know what? Animal oppression is also bad. And some of us say, well, animal oppression is not bad because we benefit from it. That's why I bring it back, because I want to try something common where we all both agree. So that when you think about oppression, when you think about human oppression, you think it's bad. Well, why don't you apply that to animals also? Why don't you use the logic on why is it bad to oppress a human? Because the reason why it's bad to oppress a human is the same reason why it's bad to oppress an animal. They're all sentient beings, they all feel, they all have an experience of the world, and none of them want to be treated like an object, put into a gas chamber, have their throats cut. None of them want that. They all just want to live like you and I. They all just want to experience, they all just want to make friends. People have been eating animals for a long time, and it's just what we know and do because it's normal, says Lucas. I don't know about you, Lucas, but I don't think that the duration of an action makes it better. I don't think that if I start killing people and I start convincing a lot of other people to start killing people, and we start doing this for a long, long time, then all of a sudden at some point it crosses a threshold and it becomes moral, or it becomes the right thing to do. I don't think that that happens. So us doing it for a long time means nothing. Plus you can justify that maybe in the past we did it out of necessity, right? Nowadays there's no necessity for it. Nowadays you go into a supermarket, you pick up a product, you can just pick up a different product. That's it. Chip, I like your great outreach, but why shake hands with a psychopath and validate them when they don't need to declare vegan from now on? So David, I normally don't do that. I wanted to refuse it for this child, but his mother was there. I wanted to show a little bit of good faith. I wanted him to think a little bit. And I think he was just a young boy, and he was full of, testosterone flowing through his veins. He doesn't know how to handle all that testosterone. He was like, I want to be this way. I don't think he actually believes all that stuff. That's why I wanted to challenge him that way. I hoped to get a little bit of a rise out of him, but he didn't really get that good of a rise. But it's okay, God equals gold, oil, and drugs. I like that. It's pretty much. God equals every other resource that we can use out of everybody else. It's used as an excuse, right? Inconvenient Truth says lions would eat me. Yeah, so? What does that matter? I'm sure that if you die in your house and there's nobody feeding your dogs or your cats, they would also eat you. Does that mean that you should kill your dogs and your cats and eat them? No, what logic is there? There's no logic in that. There's just like, oh, they would eat me, so I'm gonna eat them. Come on. I see your point, but would never validate them in such a situation, says David. Yeah, David. I guess I just went with how I felt. I felt that was the right thing to do, but I see what you mean. What do you think of ethically sourced meat? There's no such thing. No such thing. There's no way to ethically kill an animal who doesn't want to die. There's no such thing as being ethical and doing this. This isn't ethical. There's no way you can make this ethical. Not if you consider the sentient beings that are there. Of course, if you disregard them completely and say, well, they're objects, I don't have to care, then you may think of yourself as ethical. But that would mean you're anti-scientific, because they're definitely not objects, they're individuals. They have an experience of the world. So where exactly do you lie? You're either anti-scientific or you're unethical. Otherwise, there's no ethical way of exploiting an innocent animal. Lab-grown meat, that's something else, isn't there? But that's not an ethical way of farming, is it? That's just an ethical way of producing a product.
Can I grab a cup?
Yeah.
So this is my friendship.
Do you agree that we also have to consume the energy of the sun? No, we don't get energy from the sun. What are you talking about? We get vitamin D from the sun. We don't get energy from the sun. We don't do photosynthesis, man. We're not plants. We get energy from eating plants, from eating nutrients, from getting calories. What do lesbians and vegan have in common? Do you have a problem with people being lesbian or vegan? Do you have a problem with people expressing their sexuality however they want when there's consent involved? Or would you rather let's remove the consent and force these people to have sex with who I say they should have sex with? What? You want to have sex with a woman who wants to have sex with you? No. No, I will not accept that. You will have sex with who I tell you to have sex with. Consent doesn't matter. Imagine that. Jesus, brother. And vegans, you know what we are. We respect consent. We respect the consent of animals. We know we can't get consent, therefore we don't force them into slaughterhouses. We don't treat them like objects. We don't exploit them. It's a good, harmless joke. But let's not joke about marginalized communities. Let's not joke today, can we? We can joke in other times if you want, and I'll accept a joke. And I'll accept a joke from a friend even today. But you're a stranger to me. I don't know who you are. So you saying that it was a joke when clearly people who are not straight or cis are being treated like they're second-hand citizens, when clearly animals are exploited and slaughtered, I don't feel like we should be joking about it. I'm just saying. Or at least not in a public setting. You know, if you want to do a joke in your own house, do that. But I don't think that would be fair to do in front of everybody else. Because everybody deserves respect. And you know what? A child watching this, a teenager watching this, they hear a joke and they take it for granted. Ha ha ha, let me joke, let me tell you a joke. But that's not fair, because all of these beings, all of them, they deserve respect, okay? What do you think of killing plants with roots? Plants are not sentient. I don't have a problem with that. I would say don't kill plants if you don't need to also. But, you know. I like jokes from strangers in public, but I'm human. It's okay, you can like jokes. I'm sure you have your own insecurities. And two, I'm assuming you are not part of a group that is oppressed. If you are part of a group that is oppressed or denied existence, like it is for people who are trans, like it is for people who are not straight or cis, as I said, then I'm sure you would not like people joking around about your sexuality or your, gender. Chip is very insecure. Brother, you are trying to project. I'm very not insecure of all the things. Am I insecure, man?
No, bro. How's it going, guys? Have you smashed
I have my
like?
insecurities.
There's Axel.
Yeah.
Base, Pia. Thank you so much, Pia. I think we're getting out of here, guys. Again, please subscribe, hit that like button.
To me and David.
Yeah, you can go over to the 40-year-old vegan. Guys, I was just having an incredible conversation. She didn't really eat a lot of animals. Well, certain animals. And she's really reflecting, and now she said maybe she's going to be vegan today. Her words. So
David doing a good job.
Yes,
How was
guys.
the discussion with the mother of that kid?
So the mother, she's had a lot of health issues, kidney issues. And she had pretty bad advice from her doctors. One said to eat no carbs, and one said to eat only carbs.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so I just talked to her
Doctors.
about doctors and stuff like
Doctors and nutrition, man. Taking
that.
your
No,
nutrition
Africa
advice from
actually.
doctors.
Actually, if you go to Africa, most people are eating more plant-based. Lucas, come on, wake up, Lucas, come on, stop appealing to what others do. Come on.
Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. I gotta give a shout out to Tone for being the first to comment on the last stream.
Tones.
Yeah, we have a competition here on the channel. The first person who comments on the stream gets a shout out.
Africa though.
Tone was the first to comment. Thank you so much for that, Tone. That's awesome. Thank you so much, everybody else, for being here. Hey, if you're not vegan, that's okay. That's okay. I hope you watched. I hope you learned something from this. And if not, there's a 3-minute video in the description of the stream. Give that a watch. Maybe you'll learn something from it. It takes 3 minutes out of your life. You've probably been here for longer than 3 minutes anyway. Why wouldn't you give that a watch? You learn a little bit about it. Nobody's forcing you to do anything other than just maybe get informed.
That's right, guys. Really appreciate hanging out with you, Chip. Hopefully we'll get to do it again at some point. I think Chip will be back next week at some point.
Yeah, probably Wednesday. Thank you to all the moderators. Thank you for the people who had conversations in the chat. We just all appreciate the support.
Guys,
and yeah, he's
like,
the 40-year-old vegan. I'm
it's-
gonna put his link on a pinned comment, so you can, or maybe you should comment on the stream and I'll pin you. I'll pin your comment so you can follow David.
Yeah, guys, you can. I'll do that right now. How about we do that right now?
Yeah, but I have to end the stream and not to do that. So maybe David will be the first. Huh? Who knows who will be the first? We never know, everybody.
Oh, you mean comment after the stream?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
I'll do that after, guys. Thank you so much, guys. Honestly, it means the world to us. Seeing the comments, seeing you guys reach out and support us. We couldn't do this without you. Honestly, it could be very dark sometimes being out here by yourself, and especially just filming, but doing live, we could see all of you come in here and say the beautiful things that you say. And the trolls, we know you guys are just coping, so go cope somewhere else. See you guys, much love.